Here we go. And we're live.
Hey everybody, how's it going out there? I hope that your week has been well, and thank you for joining us here on Thursday night as we play some post-apocalyptic science fantasy D&D. And yeah, let's just get right into it and see how everybody's doing. Grant, how's it going, man?
Jim, I am very pleased to be here today on the land between two rivers. I look forward to engaging in the art of tabletop role playing with such fine folks.
Yeah?
That's the sincerest I could be. I don't know. I'm wearing a Kobold Press shirt. Hashtag not sponsored.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Dan Dillon gave it to me in an airport. He was like, "Here you go,
right.
kid." It's like, "Thanks, Dan."
That sounds like an achievement that you get.
Literally happened that way.
That's great. And Lindy, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty spiffy. I am excited and terrified for tonight as I do magic stuff, and he's like, haha, fuck you, magic. So, this will be great against the demon. I'm sure nothing bad will happen, and it'll be fine. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't sweat it too much,
No.
But I really shouldn't try to reassure you on that one.
Okay, sure. All right, Jim.
You'll be fine, I think. I don't know. I have no idea, Lindy. I'm using some new stuff here tonight. A lot of this has never been used before, so it could go very poorly.
That's why I have a cubic gate in my pocket.
That's
right
true.
There.
That's why I have a cubic gate.
No belt.
Right. Excellent. And TK, how's it going?
Just imagine Myrrh in the middle of fighting and she's just gone. She just leaves. Just like, cool. Neat. Ready to get drunk and beat the shit out of a demon.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that's like D&D, right? Like that's sort of what you sign up for.
Yeah. I can't technically be drunk, but you guys, I'll be vicariously drunk through you guys.
I appreciate. Okay. All right. Well, I listen.
I need to start drinking?
Spirit that counts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what kind of friend are you, Lindy?
Oh, well, excuse me.
Got to drink for two.
I can do that.
You have to drink for two functioning alcoholics.
I can do that.
That's all I ask. I'm making sure you know what the ratio is.
So about my usual.
Yeah.
Excellent. Sounds like it's gonna be a great game. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. Is it Jim?
Yes. That's
cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. I'll take it out on my friends tomorrow. It's fine.
All right. Anna, how's it going?
Hello, it's going, and I'm glad Lindy gets to drink for two, and it's drink for one person. Maybe
responsibly.
I'll be that Mexican mom taking care of all of you guys. So I got you. Don't ask about the makeup or do. It's for a secret project.
Pretty tight.
No.
Thanks. Kind of just here with stuff in my face. I didn't have time to clean it up.
Kind of feeling yourself right there. You was like, okay.
Oh, girl.
Girl, yes, girl.
Anyway.
There you go.
Back to you, Josh.
Yes, Josh.
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. I'm doing pretty good. Having a fun week between jobs, so I've been cleaning like a madman. I was on my knees scrubbing my kitchen floor today, if that tells you anything about my mind, my mental state. So, I'm ready. I'm ready to go zen. Nina zen. Ow.
How long you been holding on to that one?
Just thought of it up, actually.
That's excellent.
I should have thought of it up earlier.
No, it's fine. I'm glad to hear that everybody's doing well and that you seem to be all socially lubricated and ready to play some D&D. So before we get started, we'll take a moment to thank our sponsor of the show, Tabletop Loot, for just being really awesome, helping us out. They look at all these amazing dice and polyhedrals over there. And so if you find yourself flush with disposable income, head on over there, get yourself some more dice, and finish that mausoleum of dice that you meant to build for yourself before the end comes. So there you go. Because otherwise you'd have to do something about the builders because they know all your secrets. That's why you want it.
I've got 3 sets of dice since we last met.
See, that's
Yay.
easily half a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I even got this French set. Look at this, Jim.
Yeah.
Like this French set.
Oh, it's got French numbers
There you go.
on it.
There you go.
Ooh.
Did you say French numbers?
This is Laura's
I actually do have
My ignorance, where I was like, do they have an extra number? Like,
I do have a French set.
like, because I know letters.
It's that meme of the lady thinking really hard in the
They're-
bathroom.
no, they're regular letters or the regular numbers. They're just more romantic.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible.
Arguably.
Yeah. It is possible to get more stupider folks. So keep reading. Before we get started, a bit of a recap. Last week, the party spent what I realized kind of in hindsight was probably like some downtime doing some instigating and stirring up of trouble while the BBEG was distracted and other big bad evil guy and
Big bad
was
evil goblin.
distracted and yes, and otherwise preoccupied. And so I'd like to take a moment to give the players an opportunity to describe maybe a flashback. Something happened in that period. We'll call it about a week, where they were, sneaking and finding caches, weapons, and old storerooms, distributing amongst the wretched undead of the city to, so that they would be ready, meeting with the various factions and power groups that sort of survive in the shadows of this demon-haunted ruin, and generally mustering the forces that are available here to overthrow its demonic ruler. Which is pretty much where we will begin. So it's an opportunity to perhaps learn a bit more about your plan, reveal a bit more information, or simply just a fun bit of RP. So I'll let you guys think about that for a minute while I kind of recap everything, and then we can go into some flashbacks if you want. So last week, during this gathering of allies moving about the city, the party met both with the more criminal elements of the city, which is to say the scavengers, wastelanders, and the like that have found their way here over the years and otherwise are subject to its compulsion to stay and eke out their lives in the dust-covered ruins of this place. Some of them already succumbed to starvation or infected wounds, but they were eager to help, if a little cautious and skittish. And it was the tireless work of Icky and Gildan who spent the better part of this time traveling amongst the various groups of scavengers, arming them with the weapons that they needed, and coordinating plans to disrupt the forces that they are arrayed against. The party also, I believe, spent some time talking to Garasto, or at least Myrrh and Ellie did, the sort of orcish archivist and all-around spell nerd who has made his home here, who actually grew up and lived here. And he provided a lot of information, a lot of useful information on the nature of the spell and sort of his personal research on and speculations on what might happen to Tengrith should he be overthrown and no longer the focal point of this magic. So you're armed with a lot of that information as well, sort of like the intricacies, the ins and outs of it, or at the very least have access to it through scrolls and tomes and the like that he lent to you. And then Ninizen spent some of that time trying to discern the intentions of the other servitors in the city, whether or not they would assist, and then making overtures of friendship and sort of aid to other members of the Wastelanders who are out there, notably the fish person Garum Sin, who has had a frustrating experience with Nenizen, but seems to have taken a liking to him since then, as he's been well moistened and hydrated ever since his encounter there. So that is where that's sort of a recap, remind everybody, and then we will start when we're ready there after Gildan erects his temple to the philosophy of the Gildanites. Anybody have a flashback that they'd like to revisit real quick?
Yeah. So, Jim, Nenizen spent, I don't know, like a day, half day in meditation, trying to contact their other self, and discovered a third self, and was trying to get information out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And this third self survived the battle, but it was a defeat. And so he tried to learn, or they tried to learn as much as they could from this version of themselves, from this reality. So the fabric of Denizen's reality is being stretched.
Letting his mind wander through different phases. There's something about this place, whether it's the city or the land in which you live, in which you find it easy to do, to travel these places in sort of your half-conscious meditative state. I'm not sure if Nenizen's ever talking to Gildan about what Gildan does, or Gildan's talked to Nenizen about it. So I'm not sure. Or how much Gildan shares about where he goes when he sleeps. But I mean, that's perhaps for a question for another time. So Nenizen sort of like has a bit of insight into the battle and feels more prepared, anxious about it, nervous, resolute.
More calm, knowing that regardless of what their outcome is, another Nenizen is going to triumph. And
Gotcha.
so peace comes over them.
Cool. Nice. I think that's worthy of an inspiration, which may be the first one I've given this campaign.
Ooh, heck yeah!
But I do think that's worthy of inspiration.
Excellent.
You know, when everybody goes quiet, that someone has said something backstage.
Plural.
Yeah. It's all right. If no one else has a flashback that they'd like to visit, we can skip to the present moment. As
Her did all her stuff last week.
As Gildan's temple clacks its final bicuspid into place, and begins to fill with its holy energy, warding it against the like. There's a hush that kind of falls over this area. Now, you have chosen a spot that had enough room to both fit your temple and would provide, clear enough line of sight to the palace where Tengrith was to provoke and draw him out. If I understand.
It's got a giant, like, paper mache Gildan head on top of it. I was thinking it would be funny to put Myr's head on top of it, or Ellie's, but I figure I might as well own the moment.
Sure. I think Baba Yaga is like, Baba Yaga's not interested in making fun of them or like drawing attention to them and that way. So immediately in front of the temple is this area of sort of like rubble-strewn courtyard of some kind. Looks like maybe a fallen statue. That's immediately in front of, standing between the temple and the palace. After that, there's a great big open field. It looks like it has several depressions in it that you could sort of climb down into. And then after that, the palace itself. On either side, there's other sort of like a ruined, to your left, sort of like a ruined row of columns, and then to your right, what looks to be some sort of wall or freestanding wall that's got holes all along it. And then further to the right, more intact buildings. All of these are in various states of disrepair. And indeed, even the palace itself is not complete, as the portion of it almost immediately opposite to you is still, looks like it's still under construction of some kind. So you've got bits of open area, bits of cover. The whole thing is probably a little over 200 feet between the two structures, temple and palace. Where would you guys be? Are any of you with your allies? Are all of you together? Like, give me an idea of how you would array yourself, because I'm assuming everybody is like ready and prepared and everything before Gildan attempts this feat to draw out Tengrith.
I've got a tunnel coming up underneath for my army of evils to come up, whatever they are, the Skeletors. I like
sure. Just the wretched undead of the dusty boned kind of.
Yeah, the rusty armored. And have you an army? You did this like great Jim Davis voice. And I was yeah.
Was it the brains in a jar room with the brains in a jar, or was it the? Gildan did visit the room with the brains in a jar. Yeah,
you called for me.
Yeah. The alchemical liches, they call themselves. And they
were emo band in high school. The alchemical liches.
They would they could assist in a tunnel that would come up. Let's see. Wake it up. So Gildan will be assisting them.
Is this daytime?
I'm assuming. It seemed like that was when you were going to do it.
Okay.
The brunch game is strong here in the city of ghouls. I wanted it just right at that moment.
Hit everybody off guard.
Right.
Mur is definitely hiding. She's definitely tried to stealth someplace so she can at least not be hit first, most likely.
Sure.
They're not too far away from. She wants to be within about 60 feet or so, 60, 90 feet within Ellie and Bakroithic distance, because she knows they're going to be meleeing.
Okay. So if you're sort of like advancing up either the left or right of that big open area, or even either defending it, you have options. You could either hide between like the rubble of this fallen statue or the broken wall. Depends.
Sure.
So Mur is often hiding then. Anybody else hiding or sneaking?
Icky and the scum of the city are setting up ambush points.
Okay.
Because it would be best if the nobles who were not murdered by their servants can't go back to the palace at any point. So Icky's going to be showing most of them and then when we go out into the desert, sometimes I like to dig a pit and I like to stick sharp thingies at the bottom. Things like that.
So sort of and you've had them prepare all these sort of places of sabotage and ambush all over the city this last week. So these are sort of the ones who all right, so Icky's got a group that are
and if Icky could get in good with the people who run the marketplace and still looking for stalls in the markets that have an axe carved into them or something like that, passing around the password that things are going down today.
Today is the day, and indeed you're
revolution.
There is a the days leading up to this, the city seems to have come alive and is more abuzz. When you arrived, it was literally dead, and it took you sort of walking through the city to bring them out. Now as you travel across the city, the former inhabitants of this place, or rather the still perpetual inhabitants of this place, are much more active, moving about in small groups. And even in the day leading up to this, palace guards and the like were seen skirmishing with the various members of the sort of scum of the city and the other factions.
Just needed a transfusion of liberty.
Yes. And we need some 11th level heroes to come up in here and give them a kick in the pants.
Okay, yes.
But yeah,
Heroes.
but it's sort of like through
USA.
through a combination of oh god, this is gonna turn out through a sort of like this fervor of this like cultural hero of theirs that has returned, and the fact that they all seem to be, all of the various groups seem to at least be united in this. It feels like a different place the last few days, and so as you prepare for this battle, it seems as though you're the scum of the city. They've been fed, they've got proper weapons, and they feel much better about this. The wretched undead of this place have armed themselves with the rusted and pitted armor of their forebears, or even just themselves, that is stashed away these long years, and they themselves also march to war.
The June Rebellion.
So we've got Myrrh and the scum of the city sort of hiding, setting up traps, or sorry, Icky. Myrrh is hiding as well. Are you hiding with them, like all together, or separately for Myrrh?
Probably separately, but nearby.
Okay. And then
Then
how
I shot again.
cool. And then how about Nenison and Ellie?
With permission from all involved, Denizen might establish a link so we can all communicate. Whoever wants to be a part of that can be a part of that.
I'll accept.
Okay.
You can't
Elysian.
target me if I'm in the
Elysian.
temple.
Sorry, that remains a negative.
Okay. So he's going to set up a bond with that.
Okay.
And
Yeah, actually.
yeah.
He will allow you to set up at least something. Never mind. Will not. I was going to say with slip slash, but I don't think you can. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they need to speak a language. I think.
Yeah, I think that is
possible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You just
true.
have to teach slip slash how to speak.
He'll
Why would
Awaken
you do
them.
that? Ugh,
he'll have some
gross.
special like kunai darts with like messages he can write on them that he can throw towards you.
That's
what
better.
that's what he'll do.
Make it as difficult as possible for you.
But otherwise, I think they're going to try to keep. I think they're going to have their musket out at first and try to keep a position, because if they can communicate with everybody, they're going to want to have some height at least at first. And also, Denizen can descend great heights pretty easily. So.
Okay, so you could, if you're looking for height, there's what appears to be some sort of partial ruin just to the left of the temple. Like you'd be the furthest from the melee if you needed to get in, but you're like a monk. So what's your movement speed? But it would give you elevation if that's what you're looking for.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I mean, if I need to book it, I can do at least 100 feet around. So
All right,
maybe more. Yeah, we'll see.
That's enough to get you that's quite a bit. Okay, and in that case, then where is Ellie?
So Ellie would not hide. She would kind of be in the middle of and in front of wherever. She just kind of wants to have a chat with this jerk. Jerky McJerkface.
All right.
So she's not really going to hide. She's going to kind of stand her ground and chill for now.
It's similar to Axtreamer. He's got his armor on, the axe, and he's not hiding either. I think he's nearby. Like you could fight back to back if need be. But we both are like right in front of the temple, which I assume Gildan is in. I think that's where your position, unless you. are actually going to be with like the alchemical liches that you'd
No, I've got to be in there, like sitting on my throne, like doing my best to mock Tingrith's position when he came in. Or when we came in and saw him, I just want to be like, ha ha ha, I can do it too.
All right.
This ends with my organs outside of my body.
Right. Turn yourself inside out. Okay, so anybody within in the rubble-strewn area, you pretty much have like that. Pretty much that's everybody but Nitizen and Gildan really has half cover, which you can use to attempt to stealth if you like to sort of like hide yourselves if you wanted to. And as the temple goes up, there is a moment or two of silence. You can hear the sort of like rusted clanging of the wretched of the city who are marching into position. There's a whole sort of force that has surrounded this place. And after a few moments, the main doors to the palace that are sort of within side of the doors to the temple open, and the ashen gray giant with the sort of like spinal cord bone staff thing and the necklace of rune skulls leads a group of, they're the sort of they were introduced to you that first time you met Tingrith as a group of acolytes and sort of initiates, death cultists and necromancers that sort of flocked to the city. So he is accompanied by a group of them, and they seem to be making their way down the steps of the palace across to where the open space is, and they look like they are about to attack. So let's go ahead and does anybody have a fast action that they would like to declare? Enemy's about 200 feet away.
Well, I just want to let you know I got a 30 on stealth, Jim.
Okay.
So I'm super sneaky.
All right. Anybody else have a stealth roll for me? Okay. Myrrh's hiding. Very well.
Yeah. It's your prerogative.
I have a question. Do they know we're gonna attack them?
So this is the kind of part where we're sort of like playing fast and loose with time.
Okay.
There's been like a good week or more of build up here as y'all been traveling all over the city, talking to people. There's been skirmishes between the palace guards and the undead who've been sort of like stirred up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a moment at which you've been telling everyone, you know, here's the time, here's the day, this is the big show. So yeah.
So word got out.
Word got out, and everybody.
Someone found one of the RSVPs.
Yeah. There's a whole host of the you know, just the poor souls of the city who are tired of this thing, and don't want to miss out.
Okay. Sounds good.
And a group of the enemies, it seems, appear to be crossing to dislodge you from your position.
But not the main guy, right?
Not the main guy. His lackey. His henchman. Anybody have a fast action?
Yeah.
You're muted, Josh.
I'm on watch, waiting to see what happens. So slow action.
Okay.
I got my musket readied.
All right.
Mer has her bow ready, or her star bow.
I lied. I do have a fast action.
Okay.
I would like to use dash to move 80 feet closer without directly engaging or anything. Just like close the distance as much as I can.
Okay.
So if I need to like stealth for that or something, that's fine too. But
so you could break cover and head through open ground.
That's basically what I'm doing.
Okay, so you'll break cover and head through open ground to okay. All right.
I just want to get within 60 feet of him eventually.
Okay. If you move as fast as you can, you'll be within that range next round. He's probably
okay. So I'd like to do that, and then immediately try and find cover again when I get the chance.
Okay. You've noticed as you cross into this area of open ground that there are at least 3 large old pits, like an old pit, like the dirt's sort of like partially fallen back in it. They're not like grave size. They're much bigger. Okay. But you could get in them and like break line of sight.
I'm like, did I hide any punjies at the bottom? These just like glance in. Like,
yeah, these appear like old like cellars that have had their brick walls like torn out, and they're just like holes that are there now.
Yeah. I'm just trying to break 60 feet. So
Gotcha. So do that, and then anybody else? Otherwise, I'm gonna get some guys. All right. So the group of them, there's like a mass of them. Most of them seem to be like filing right in behind the giant, and his sort of like the swaying of his robes conceals their numbers somewhat. But it looks like a group of them split off and are hiding amongst the pillars and broken columns that would basically be opposite of where the scum of the city are hiding right now. And the giant and a group of like sort of the remaining acolytes are making their way across the open ground. And let's see, for that's all they're doing. They're just moving, no spells, nothing like that. Out of the palace gates float 3 of the ornately armored and head-dressed mummies, different ones than you've seen, different headdresses, different armor. And they also are accompanied by shambling and necrotic guards that are shuffling about. They do not float like the mummy lords do. That's the end of my fast turn. Anybody got slow ones?
Yes. Ellie, like always, would like to talk before fighting.
Mm-hmm. All right.
As she sees everybody come out, and then I'm assuming maybe the giant and their squad kind of stops, or are they full on?
They're picking their way across across this open ground and moving cautiously. Right now, it seems like they just see you and Axe Dreamer, but they can hear other, like the rest of your allies, the undead and everything that aren't trying to be particularly quiet. They can hear them around there, so they know that they are heading into a fight and they got their weapons ready.
Yeah. Okay. Ellie's not gonna hold out her weapon. She's gonna have it in front of her, kind of like rest her hands on the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, where's your master? As she looks back. Or behind him.
The giant boot, gives you a kind of a curious look, and it's like, the master is predisposed at the moment. Sent me to deal with you vermin.
Oh, he's not scared, right? Is he?
My master fears nothing.
Then he shouldn't have you guys out here. I mean, how is he so sure that we're trying to fight you, which your stance says it all?
It's like, that one goblin came in and smacked my master, and then you brought back this hero 3 times. Resurrected a hero who would come and overthrow him, and he just lists a whole litany of offenses and slights.
It looks like your list is pretty long, buddy. But I mean, to be honest, that goblin is a little, cuckoo. And he really doesn't mean any harm. Like, you guys are really going to be offended by that small goblin?
Yes. He has caused a great trouble.
Listen, and she kind of like puts her axe like behind her, and she walks a little bit closer to him.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, buddy, somebody your size shouldn't fear somebody his size, right? I mean, look at you and those big, strong muscles. And if he allows me to like touch his muscles.
Oh, he's still like 60 feet away from you.
Oh,
right?
just kidding.
You're like yelling at each other, kind of.
Yeah.
Then
something. I'll like kind of gesture to like his muscles.
Yeah.
I mean, look at those muscles. You could probably crush my head with just one hand. But really, you're gonna let him bother you? You have bigger fish to fry. I learned that from one of my moms.
He's the giant sort of like it comes at you. You sort of like see these skulls swinging from his necklace, and his robes are all tattered and necromantic. He's just, I'll not let you persuade me from my course. I've heard of you. You trick people with your lies and deceptions. I will not stand for this. And he just is like, besides, I'm weak for a giant. Can't you see? I'm emaciated.
Is that really what you think, that you're weak? That is probably the saddest thing I've heard all day. And also, hold on. People have been telling you that I'm telling lies? This is preposterous. That's a very big word.
Such slander.
Such slander.
There's offended for Ellie. She's like, my
Mhm.
God doesn't lie.
You're like, yes.
She's terrible.
All I'm trying to do is basically make everybody friends, but there's always somebody, like your master, that is making things hard. I mean, I could just talk to him over a glass of that really gross stuff that people like to drink a lot, and then they get kind of funny and walk funny. But, you know, like, we could just talk it out.
The time for talk is over. He's sort of like picking his way across, and his flunkies are keeping an eye out for what they assume is an ambush. That's when it comes. He's just like, you came here under a flag of hospitality and took advantage of that. He starts like just ranting about all kinds of perceived slights and the like.
Listen, you can stop talking. You're talking way too much now. And I mean, I don't want to hurt you, but if I have to, I probably will. And then I do this thing where I get really mad and I really hate it because then it makes me nauseous after. But I think you should revalue yourself. I think those are the words. You know, you have so much to live for, and I think you're strong. But we can fight it out and then just see. Right?
Yes, we will see. He like grips his staff that he's got. And it's just like seems to have focused in entirely on Ellie at this point.
And I'm sorry if I kill you. I really don't mean it, but I have to. Something in me just tells me to kill stuff sometimes.
He smiles a big smile, and if you say that, he's like,
You have a beautiful smile too.
I don't even say that. Are you just like taunting? Like, are you?
She like means it, but it comes out or like comes off as like she's kind of, whatever that is. But yeah, like if she was taunting him.
Okay, and you said you moved up just a little bit to kind of like.
Yes.
He's still a bit away, but you'd be able to make it next round if he doesn't close the distance before then.
Sure.
Axe Streamer kind of like keeps his keeps him sticks to your side, closes his visor, but he otherwise doesn't interfere.
I think the only thing Mur would have done before the battle side hide is just tell Axtra, don't do anything stupid and don't let Ellie get killed.
Of course. And anybody else with a slow action?
I'm looking out for counter ambushes, so I'm not paying attention to Ellie. I'm looking around and
give me a perception check then. In that case,
nice 21.
You know that through some of the partial construction that's over there, you can see other of these cadaver guards moving in place and forming up into little units to defend themselves against the other forces around here. Because from your height, you can see other groups, right? It's not just yours. You can see that there's like a whole big phalanx of the wretched in their rusted and pitted armor. They've formed like a shield wall that's approaching one of the ramps up to the palace, and they'll be fighting. It looks like they'll be fighting pretty soon. Even further, you can see like a dust cloud, on the other side of the palace as a group of the the lost and the scum of the city are setting off traps and ambushing other kinds of things. You can hear it from all over the place. The last day or so has been, like I said, the activity's increased, and you can hear fighting taking place from most of the surrounding districts. But immediately you can tell that there's like a hidden unit or a hidden group of these cadaver guards in the partial construction of the palace.
If they're closing in on Ellie or any of the others' location, I'm going to inform them that X number of.
They're not in any immediate danger, but they could.
Okay.
Yeah, they could.
Are there any
very slow.
spellcaster-looking people?
Oh yes, there are spellcaster-looking people. The mummies that are floating.
Yeah.
They are working. They are bizarre magic. Although these seem to be, they seem to be more chanting prayers to something. They seem to be chanting prayers to Tengrith, and working that kind of clerical magic.
Okay.
I will hold. I'm not going to fire, but I'm going to hold my aim on one of them.
Okay, so you have an action, right? Like you do the whole thing.
Yeah, they're coming into attack. Murr's gonna shoot as long as they're within 300 feet or something.
Everything's within 300 feet.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sharpshooter. So. Yeah, I'm gonna attack one of the mummies, I guess. Take out the casters is her thought. She's like,
Sure. So that's Mur. How about Denizen?
The minute Mur would let go, I would also focus my mind, use my key shot, and fire my musket at one of these guys.
Okay.
I'm going to use my sharpshooter feat too to take 5 from the attack, but add 10 of damage.
Sure.
So 19.
19 hits.
Cool. So that is 14, 17 points a person.
Okay. And for Denizen?
13.
13 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're fire. Which one were you firing at? Because that might have hit. That'll hit something.
Well, of the hidden group that's approaching.
Oh, the hidden group that's approaching. Yes, then their armor class is 13.
Okay.
The cadaver guards is.
Nice. Beautiful. In which case,
whatever spell that caster was working on fizzles, and you can see it unravel.
Right. Plus 4, so 8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Excellent. So the range sort of gone on. Some of the scum of the city with ranged weapons begin there to fire as well. In support of mostly Mur and Denizen. We're on the top of round 2.
Yeah. Well, they're at a distance. Range them.
Yeah. I had an action inside the temple.
Oh, yes. Sorry, Gildan. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast Guardian of the Faith. I'm going to summon a large creature. And it has... it's going to have Denizen's legs, Icky's stomach, Ellie's arms, and Mur's head. It's going to have a giant flaming sword and shield. Yes, this is the Guardian of the Faith. And it's just
disturbing as fuck.
Yeah. So like right in the middle of right in the entrance to the doorway.
Yeah, just kind of standing to the side of the door. So it's like if it comes through, it's just like hack, hack, hack.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. And okay. So we have that. And then any movement from Gildan?
I might wing boot and float up high into the ceiling inside, but nah. I think I just need to sit on the throne for the time being.
Okay. All right.
The other Guardian of the Faith was gonna be Tengrith but cuter, and like give him like kawaii eyes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Senpai.
Right. Okay, so everybody's gone. We've got top of round 2. Anybody have a fast action? I don't think anybody is in melee yet, although they're pretty close to Icky.
I'm dashing.
Okay.
So I'll dash in at their 80, and then and
You
then
don't
take
even need
cover.
to dash to get within that 60 feet.
Okay. Then I'll take 40 as a movement, and what have I done? And then I'm gonna go ahead and actually I will take that 80 because this is a bonus action. So
Okay.
I will take that 80, take cover, and as a bonus action, I will summon a spirit totem. And what it will look like is Icky grabbing a handful of dirt from the ground and then cupping it around her blackened bone amulet and whispering into it, and then blowing it up, and all of these ashes form into a sort of a wyvern. Essentially, a hawk spirit is what it's going to be. So it's now all of anything that's in that aura, which its aura is 30 feet. When a creature makes an attack roll against a target in that aura, I can use my reaction to grant advantage to that attack roll. So I can grant Ninizin and Myrrh reactions on their pew-pews.
Yeah,
Nice.
and the giant is about to be within that range. Within that range there. Okay, so that was like the last move, and then the bonus action.
That's it for me.
Anybody else?
I guess it's not a fast action if I'm doing two things, but whatever.
Yeah, we're safe. Yeah, that's
So I said it quickly.
Start it. You'll start it.
Slow action for me.
Okay.
I'm reloading and getting ready to fire.
Okay. Anybody else just doing a thing?
Is that? Why do I keep forgetting his name? The nerdy guy.
Garasto. Yeah.
Is he around?
I don't know that y'all asked him to like show up to the fight. I mean, he sort of like would have known about it and knew why you were looking at the books. But,
I don't think Myrrh did, because she wouldn't trust him fully to be like, yeah, let me fight the demon guy. So
So,
I think she would have been like, I really think you should spend a nice long day at the library today.
He doesn't seem like you. There's not been anything he's done that like leads you to believe he knows much offensive magic. Like he knows some magic, but he's mostly like in the theoretical sense of the demonstration. So no, he's not here.
Okay, good.
Although it looks like somewhere you can hear the Archlich. He's around. He showed up.
He was nice.
Like he was nice. It was the hug that did it.
Wait, is he on their side?
No,
on y'all's side.
No, right? Okay. Oh, you gave me a fright.
No, on y'all's side. The lich is on y'all's side.
You got liches, y'all.
Anybody else with a fast action?
I think Ellie's probably going to do a fast action. All she's going to do, really, she doesn't want to initiate the fight, but because the main baddie's not there, she's just going to keep taunting, not on purpose, this giant about his really cool necklace, and then show him her bracelet full of teeth. And then she's just going to talk arts and crafts.
Okay. He seems enraged, but he's taking slow action.
Yeah. Good.
Anybody else? Or what about Gildan? Is it slow or fast?
I think I may go fast. Gildan spits on his hands, rubs his eyes, and casts True Sight, and looks around with his wizard eyes for a little bit.
Nice.
Not super.
The first thing you notice is that there are ghosts everywhere.
In my temple?
Yeah, they're all over the place. They're just everywhere.
Converts.
Is Baloo there? Is Baloo with us in spirit?
I don't know.
I have bad feelings about Baloo. He's gonna be like the final boss in this ordeal.
If Ellie has to fight Baloo, that's like second heartbreak.
That would be so
like
bad.
Kirk versus Spock.
What if Baloo possesses the tiefling that Lang is now inhabiting?
Baloo.
Does Baloo get access to? Like,
Yeah.
does Baloo get access to psychic powers? Do you?
Well,
can
Lang's
he
pretty good
possess
about
somebody?
keeping that sort of stuff. Like some things he could keep close to his chest, and other things he couldn't keep hidden.
I mean, but how many times has he gotten possessed by a ghost? That's got to be disadvantage roll.
At least. Who can
Buddy
summon
cop
Baloo?
film.
Anybody capable of being
I could
summoned?
summon Baloo if I needed
Yeah.
to, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I buried him.
Yeah, you probably could.
So yeah, okay, so Gildan's cast a spell then. I'm casting a couple spells. And...
I guess Mur's gonna just shoot another
Okay. Go ahead with Murray.
spellcaster. Pew pew. I didn't sharpshoot. I didn't say sharpshooter, so I guess it's not sharpshooter. Whatever, it's fine.
Shot.
Still gonna be 18
18 hits. Yep.
math. 8 points of piercing.
Okay, same one or a different one?
Different one. She's trying to interrupt.
Okay. And here we go. That one passed.
Okay.
And so a couple other spells.
And then she's gonna move just a little bit on the wall.
And here we go. So big giant guy, moves forward, and he you guys hear him?
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell him you love him back?
I don't want to just yell. I don't want to just yell.
Do it, Jim.
Don't be a terrible
No,
father.
don't mute yourself. I want to see how cute this is.
I love you too, Sam. Trogdor, that's your internet name. I'm sorry, I told everybody your real name.
So cute.
Adorable.
Very cute.
Proud uncle.
It's super cute.
All day long, he's been wanting to fly like a seagull, which is like he holds his arms out.
I mean, seagulls aren't like the most majestic bird he could
No,
have
but they're
chosen.
all over
but-
Burlington.
Fly like a seagull.
Yeah, he's really close to Seal, and I hope he makes it. I hope he makes it to Seal.
Anyway, but it's yeah, so it's to be picked up.
I love it more than anything.
I know. So the big death giant is like, oh, you've got a necklace of teeth, and he touches one of the skulls on his deal, and a ghost like appears from the skull and starts accompanying him. And that was his sort of his bonus action, and then he moves forward. He's now firmly within the area of the totem, and because he's a giant, has a big staff. It's actually technically in melee with Ellie, but instead of attacking, he there's all this the wind's picked up a bit, and you can see him swirl this cloud of dust and bone fragments and the sort of swirling around him very quickly, and then sort of throws it out at Ellie and Axe Streamer and some of the scum of the city who are sort of hiding amongst sort of behind where you are. And I need Ellie, Axe Streamer, and each of them to make a Constitution save. Difficulty of 17. You have a +2 to that from Axe Streamer.
Oh hell no!
And
hell no.
he did not do well.
I got a 13.
Oof, yes, he did even worse. As everyone starts choking and coughing and the like. So if you're caught in this wind of grave dust and bone fragments, that is going to be some necrotic damage. That's going to be 22 necrotic damage, and everybody in there is blinded, and it is not breathable air. So because you didn't pass the Constitution save, you're essentially drowning until you get out of there. It's just dust and everything. Every time you take a breath, it's just chokes your lungs and your nostrils. Your mouth is quickly caked in grave dust. It's all in your hair and eyes. And so you're not incapacitated. You can still move and everything, but you can't see, can't breathe. And that's 22 necrotic damage as he sends that y'all's way. And that's that. my mummies go because they passed their Constitution save, and they're going to cast a spell near where Myrrh is because they're like, "Why are you shooting at us, Myrrh?" And I need Myrrh to make me a Constitution save DC.
Oh no.
As one of them stretches out its wrapped, bony,
Oh,
desiccated
disgusting.
finger and
How
launches
dare it? I got a 17.
lightning bolt of negative energy at you.
Ew.
17 is okay, so that's for half, and you're only going to take half of this.
Oh, that's
So that is going to be 42 necrotic damage. You take half.
I take half of that. That's good. Okay. Half of 42. 21. Okay.
Those are my fast actions. So flow actions.
Damn. We see this cloud puff up around Ellie.
Mhm.
And then some other spells go off.
Yeah.
How close is the nearest rooftop towards them?
Towards the who's now.
Like, I guess towards the group. Did the advancing group that I shot at, did they cast any spells?
No.
Okay.
And they're fairly far away. Like
Okay.
there's the group that's the closest is the one that just casts like this magical cloud of grave dust that's like just sitting right in front of where the temple is at. They're coughing and choking coming from inside of it.
Okay. Assuming it's within about 20 or 30 feet, I'm going to try to jump to the next rooftop to get closer.
That would be the temple. That would be the next closest one, and it is within your jumping distance.
Okay. I'll jump on top of the temple and make my way to the edge. If I can do so with my movement, which is 50 feet. I can double that if I need to.
You can do it with 50.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'm going to get there, and the guy who cast the grave dust,
Yes.
if he's visible, or
It's towering like 15 feet. He's like a giant, right? So he's like towering and has some sort of fused spinal column staff it's wielding.
All right, I'm going to crouch and take aim at it and use a bonus action to get my kin-size shot ready.
All right.
15?
15 to hit.
Yes.
Yes, 15 hits.
Okay. Shoot you in the head, son. Wake up. Yeah, I like that. 12 on 12 on D12. Yeah, so that's 18 to hit. Or 18 damage.
18 damage. All right. There we
Shoot him
go.
upside the head. Maybe if it's concentration, maybe. We'll see.
He passes his concentration check, but you've drawn his sort of attention. You're like, oh, there's more of you. And yeah, so Zizim. And anybody else? Slow turns? This would be Iggy's finished hers.
I've used all my turn.
Gotcha. Mike Gilden.
Here's what I'm thinking. I want the old bony Maronis. Have they already made their charge out of my temple yet, or are they?
I was waiting on you to
Yeah,
when you wanted to deploy them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think now's the time to send them into the fray. It's like one of those things, you know. I kind of half-ass Aragorn it. There comes a day when the courage of men feel, I'll just go to get them, guys.
They rush out all metallic bodies and armored casings for their necrotic, canoptic jar organs, and they've got weapons that they wield. Some of them are bolted to them.
If there's like a little one, like in the back, like a run of the group, like I'm gonna let him know this is his time to shine.
Yeah, it's like there wasn't enough scrap metal left over to make him a full body. So just
You got this.
yeah, you
I'm
got
believing
this. Yeah. This is you. Okay. But yeah, there are quite a few of them ready to deploy. So they rush out of the front of the temple, and then like there's literally like a big cloud of magical grave dust that they don't need to breathe or worry about. And Ellie, you see a bunch of rusty cyborgs run past you.
Bone, 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 bone. Yeah, like Bone Thugs and Harmony up in here. Let's do this.
Wait, while I'm choking?
Yeah, while you're still. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, correct. Although you still have a couple of rounds that you're before it gets bad. Anyone else? I think that's it. I think that's all the players. That'd be my slow turn. So some of the death cultists that approach or that were accompanying the giant, they don't seem too concerned about the cloud, and they begin both fighting the allies that you brought with you, as well as one of them approaches Axe Streamer, but misses. They're trying to attack him. So there's like just a big nasty melee going on right around Ellie and Axe Streamer with allies and enemies all around. And the last one, it looks as though, well, you don't have a lookout anymore because Nizen moved. Although Nizen, you're still on top of the temple, you can sort of see over the cloud and everything. You can tell that there are other groups of enemies sort of moving in, but you have allies on all sides as well. That's the end of round 2. So we're top of round 3. Anyone with a fast action, just the one thing they want to do.
Can Ellie immediately try to get out of this cloud of dust?
Like if you just like move, yeah.
Yeah, she's dipping out.
Okay. In that case, I mean, you could just do it right now.
That's what she does. Can she grab Axe Streamer if he hasn't moved already?
He is not, and you can sort of like grab him by the arm and just pull him out of there.
Yeah. As I'm like choking to death.
Yeah, some of the sort of the low lives of the city, the scavengers and the like, have already succumbed to the spell, but many of them are like trying to run out and let these allies that don't need to breathe deal with this. So Ellie and Axe Streamer are out of the cloud and are able to breathe, although you're covered in this stuff. And anybody else with a fast turn? Got a no from Nizen.
Not this
No,
time. Not after that whatever thing they cast on me.
It's called an enervating bolt. Oh yes, your hit points are also reduced by that amount until a long rest.
Okay. That's good to know. Stupid saving throws. I was behind cover for a reason. Give me attack rolls.
So they move as well. Like they float off to the side into that sort of area of ruined columns and the like. So you can sometimes see them, sometimes not, but you really can never see all 3 of them at the same time again. And it seems as though they are casting spells, but what they did, you're not really sure. Nothing like came your way. Actually, that was they were just moving. They're doing good. Slow turns. Who's next?
So this group of fat-headed mummy floaters, they've kind of gone to the side.
They are seeking cover from the ranged attacks that they are under from her.
How close are they from me?
I mean, they're within shot. They're probably about 150 feet from you, from where you are on the rooftop.
Okay. Because I think it's time to get into melee. I am going to use a bonus action to channel my key. I'm going to channel my key, Jim.
Yeah.
Into a javelin. I'm going to make that sucker +2 using the sharpen the blade ability.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let it lead me. I'm going to throw it as an action and then move and get my second attack as part of that action on one of the guys below me.
Okay.
Heading preferably towards the cloud because I don't need to breathe in there.
Sure. So like the biggest opponent there is the giant. There are some like lightly armored, what you take to be just flunkies, but they are outnumbered by the alchemical liches.
Nice.
Are allied with.
All right. Okay, so the giant then, I'm gonna throw my javelin. It takes 8 damage,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to drop, drawing out my long sword, and do another. Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna hit. 14 hit.
14 does not hit. It's giant AC is 15.
Oh, actually, no. I was using Shadow Spike, so 15.
Yeah, 15 hits then.
All right. Okay. So hit him with Shadow Spike for 8 damage.
Okay. So yeah, so the two of you that are locked in melee as Nizen leaps down from the rooftop, and this giant is pretty clear after just sort of the first couple of exchanges with him. Not an especially trained fighter, relying more on just the fact that he's giant and has like this big, intimidating looking weapon. But like I said, not a trained warrior at all. So, who's up next? That was Nizen.
Who's the punk that shot me? That was
One of those floating mummy aristocrats.
Yeah, I'm gonna sharpshooter, spin the thingy, use what is it? Psychic blades. Yeah, we're gonna try to fuck him up.
Okay.
See how this goes. We're mad. We're like, ow! I can't
You're
deal
like
that.
waiting as they pass between. You get, like, catch a glimpse of
as
them.
long as they don't have full cover,
They don't have full
I'm
cover.
not at a disadvantage because I got the sharpshooter.
Yeah, they don't have full cover behind these.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So I only had +2, 17.
17 hits. The AC is 17.
Perfect. Come here, bitches. I'm about to fuck you up. All right. Fistful of dice. All right. So that is going to be plus my dex. 8 points of piercing damage, and then 4, 8, 13, 14. Plus 5. 19 points of psychic damage.
19 psychic plus 8, you said?
8 piercing, 19 psychic.
Piercing.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wait. Just add another 10 to that piercing. 18 piercing. Because I
Okay.
sharpshootered.
Oh, that's right. Yes. That's good. All right. So for this one, you sort of like catch a glimpse of him, shoot your arrow, and it just kind of like lands in a crumpled heap of rune scribed linens and arcane armor. You hear it clatter to the flagstones. All right, let's see. That's one of those. And are you moving? Do you do anything else with direction?
She'll just kind of move slightly, keep low behind our wall and get back, duck back under.
Okay.
She's gonna bob and weave in between, so that way she's constantly moving with her positioning.
Cool. And last two, we've got Icky and Gildan. So it's Icky. What's your action? You're right next to it, melee.
To be honest, I missed almost everything because I just got back. So I'm going to assume that everything is fine. And that we won. Good job. Go us. Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Very good.
Some spells were fired.
Yeah, Jim said yes. Can't take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no take backsies.
No
Where's
sounds
the
good.
giant in all of this right
Kind
now?
of like out of melee with you, but nearby.
But nearby.
Mhm.
Okay, and
He's
Ellie
fighting
is
me.
still near him. Did Ellie get out of the cloud and everything?
Ellie's out of the cloud. Yeah.
Is Zach Streamer also out of the cloud?
Axtremer's also.
Can I see the top of the giant's head?
Yep.
Yeah, that's great because I'm gonna burrow.
Okay.
I would like to burrow up to him 40 feet, and then because I moved another 80 feet, and that put me within 60 feet of him. How close does 40 feet of movement while burrowing put me?
Oh, it's only like 15 feet away from you. Like he's super
Neat.
close. Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
I would like to hang out underground and also do a thunder wave. I'd like to do that.
The ground erupts from underneath him. I love it.
It's me.
Surprise! If he gets pushed back, it'll just be straight up. Just whoa.
This is a literal TK has joined the fray moment. Just,
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Look, I have like 2 things I'm good at.
What sort of save is Thunderwave?
It's a Constitution, so he'll do fine. But
Let's see.
At least take half damage.
Yeah.
yeah,
True. I don't know, usually it's like not right underneath you when it goes off.
yeah, I know.
So he seems to. Your DC is
14. It's not high.
It's not 12 though. So I gave him disadvantage because you were right underneath him. So go to regular damage. He falls. Let's see.
Feet up. Or 10 feet
Okay.
up.
It only does 8 thunder damage, but since he failed, he is pushed 10 feet away.
Okay.
So he's just like, yippee!
All right.
Hello.
There we go. Okay. He's like pushed back a bit, stumbles, and it steadies himself for a moment. That was Icky. There's like sort of small crater. That was.
Yeah.
And then Gildan.
I would like to take cover in the burrow.
so I'm going to summon a second Guardian of the Faith since it's not a concentration spell. And you imagine there's the doorway. One's on this side of the wall. The other one's going to be on the other one. And this one's going to have the Medusa's head, Ling's body, Baloo's arm, and Corsica's legs. And it's called the Lover.
Those of you. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's pretty good. The fun thing is, as they just come running in, it's just going to be like...
Like brashing them down. The wind picks up outside, and there's like some sort of... At first, it's a indistinct howl that becomes sort of a voice on the wind. This has been picked up over the last couple of rounds, and it's like completely blown away the cloud of grave dust. And is even like picking up bits of rubble and just sort of regular dust that's off the ruins and blowing them all about. And it's through all of this that those of you who are outside, you can see a shimmering sort of infinity in the air close to where the palace is. And the voice in the wind becomes a sort of hollow laughter and just sort of with a mocking kind of sort of tone to it. And the last time you saw Tengrith, he had a quality to him that seemed as though his physical form contained within it a depths or some sort of almost an infinite expanse of some kind. Now it just seems as though his body is composed of that infinite expanse, as his physical form is clearly deteriorating and disintegrating slowly away to just reveal immaterial nothing underneath it. As he appears and walks across this open space towards you, you can hear him sort of like both audibly as well as in your mind, and he's clearly talking to Gildan as he says, little prophet, you've taught me a great lesson. I have been so blind all these years that surrounded by these musty corpses, physical form is weakness. I am glad you're here to see my transcendence, but I must strike your temple down. And it sort of like booms out across this area that you're fighting over. This Tengrith.
He's taking the bait.
Yes. All right. Top of round 4. Who's got fast actions?
Yeah, I'm going to unfurl the banner I had made of him, like in the nude, just in front of the temple, just 120 feet tall, just... And you can imagine it's not very flattering.
Yeah, it's not. First off, it's not. And he said no graven images as well, so it's blasphemous as well as unflattering.
For my fast action, I'd like to draw upon my amulet, if that's cool.
Yes. All right. You can
Raise my AC. 17.
All right. And anybody else fast actions?
To take cover.
All right.
How far is the back of this giant from where Ellie is?
Within a move action. So it's sort of like pushed out as well from this sort of like thunderous blast that you heard. And you see it sort of like stumbling back and trying to catch itself not very far from where you are.
Okay. In that case, no, I'll do a slow action instead.
Okay, sure thing. Action or similar position. He sees like there's enemies all around him outside the cloud. Axe at the ready. He's going to move and attack as well. So one of the mummies was down, and the other two.
Right, second mummy.
Right. The other two are going to continue to move, and they seem themselves to be surrounded by clouds of ghosts or some sort of immaterial spirits that are hovering around them. But they are not in melee with anyone just yet. And that's the end of my fast actions. I've just got a bunch of slows. Let's see, y'all's go.
Well then, as Ellie sees this giant that didn't really take her compliments, and she's just very sad about that, very salty. She's just gonna like take out her axe, and she's gonna go like, in her mind, she's just gonna be like, how dare he? And then just like go into a rage and kind of like rush towards him. And then does he fall at all?
Yeah, he's not like flat on his back, but he's stumbling. So you would have advantage to hit him without reckless attack, but he's not like on his back. Kind of. Okay,
is he slightly shorter than he was before?
Oh yeah, he's all hunched down, trying to like, whoa.
Okay, perfect.
But he's
so she's gonna.
Giant.
Yeah. Okay. She's gonna rush towards him, and as she's running towards him, she's gonna go into rage. She's gonna jump, and then with her axe, she's gonna try to hit him in the back of the head, if possible. And it's a nat 20. Okay, sick. This is perfect. Okay, so she is going to hit with her great axe. I can't speak. I'm so excited. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's going to be a 16 damage with her rage. But it's two things, right? Because it's a crit.
Oh, yes.
Damn it. Okay. Another 10 points of damage for this not friend, because how dare he. And I have another action. To hit. Does 16 hit?
16 hits, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So that's a 10 damage to hit.
10 damage to hit. All right. So Ellie goes to town on the death giant who is trying to like get off and trying to like get you away, but he's also distracted by other things. 2 good hits on that. Who's up next?
I think Ninny's gonna go.
Yeah.
So this same giant, this one giant, right? And Ellie has now engaged him.
Yep.
So I'm gonna fuck him up.
All right.
I'm gonna
let's do it.
I'm gonna harness my things. I'm gonna do a little bit of kung fu. And I'm gonna hit him twice. I don't get any kind of advantage, do I? No.
He's technically, yeah. I mean, right now he does. He's sort of like he's still technically prone as he's sort of like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. In which case, let's see. That'll be 19 to hit, and then a 21 to hit. I think I'm good.
Yeah, those are 2 hits. AC's 15.
Oh, rolling bad for damage. 7 and 8.
7 and 8.
From Shadow Spike.
Okay. All right. So Ninizen and Ellie now fighting the giant as it's reeling from the 2 combatants. And we've got, I think, Myrrh and Gildan are up next.
All right.
We all haven't gone yet.
Myrrh is going to cast Rewind Time. Just have it there in case she needs to use it. So that's her action.
Okay.
And then she's going to concentrate it. And then bonus action, she's going to inspire Ellie. You're doing a great job. I'm very proud of you. Keep it up. Yes, that's my girl. There she is.
Right.
And then just stay ducked behind.
Okay. So you're otherwise in total cover.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how about Gildan?
Yeah. I think what Gildan's going to do is he's going to I've got to wait on that. I have this like ridiculous Rube Goldberg series of spells that I'm going to do. I don't want to show the big guns too early.
Not surprising at all.
I think what Gildan's going to do now is he's just going to take the dodge action should anything sneak up behind him and kill him.
Okay. So you got that. Lermock, the death giant, tries to swing its staff and attack. Misses Ellie on the first one, or rather, I got like a 14 to hit, which misses. And then the second one, maybe 18 hit Ellie. 18 hits Ellie. And so that's going to be, so like, it's Ellie right in the gut with the end of the staff. So it's a 5 bludgeoning plus another 5 necrotic as he gives another weak hit. And what's his 2 attacks? So he's found his footing and is attempting to, what is that, Josh? Pizza?
Yeah, Josh turned
Flatbread.
Flatbread?
It's a margarita pizza. Yeah, flatbread.
Nice. First I
It's
thought it was
pizza.
like baked good. So anyway, finds footing attacks, but the rather weak hits from this giant. And let's see, the mummies continue to move. They are now in and amongst like the scum of the city who had been fighting some of the cadaver guards, as their ghostly entourages that they're with are attacking as well. You can see that this is happening very far from Myrrh. And if they sort of like chew through these defenders, they will be very close to where Myrrh is positioned. And then Tangrith.
They're very far. Like how far currently?
If there weren't a bunch of allies in the way, they could dash there.
Okay.
Yeah. Or rather float really fast. Let's see. Tangrith sort of he sees the door to the temple open in like anime style, looks through the fighting and the smoke and the fog and the shadow of the doors and all the allies coming out, and like sees Gildan on the throne and is like, you can't erect a temple to false gods in my city. Such blasphemies I will not tolerate upon my apotheosis. And he is going to cast a spell at Gildan from far away.
What kind of spell?
And, it is a spell of eldritch power that, if it hits, will do something special. It's not going to hit.
Okay.
As it gets close, I think a 16 is not going to hit Gildan, but it is.
No.
It sort of like is, 2 feet from you, as it looks to appear to be some just raw magical power. It doesn't
into my temple?
You give it the doors open.
Yes, the doors are very much open.
And he moves towards you. He fires off a spell and moves towards you. You're not familiar with the spell, those of you that that see a street.
Question about wow. Anna's the dungeon master now. Give me just a second to fix these.
And then you all die.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was hoping you'd
My
say
webcam
we
was
win.
frozen for like 1,000 years, and I was like, meh.
So you're saying that he came in through the doors?
The magic of it did, yeah.
Okay.
He hasn't come in through the doors yet.
All right, that's fair. Okay. With that, whose turn is it?
I believe it is the end of round 4. We are at the top of round 5, fast actions.
Who's going fast?
Yeah, anybody got it fast?
Someone's got to put a bag over this guy's head so we can net him.
Yeah. All right. If that's no fat, everybody's got a slow.
Slow.
And then I think the only one of mine who has got just doing one thing is going to be my death giant.
Gildan has a single action. Yeah.
Okay. I'll let Gildan go first.
Yeah. So Gildan casts insect plague on Tengrith and just fills up that area. So he'll need to make a Constitution saving throw. And every little insect has a little Gildan head, and it's all saying these like Gildanisms, like ah ha ha, flood myth, ha ha ha, Tengrith, ha ha ha, I'm a stinker, and like they're just buzzing, they're dirty, they eat poop, they're just bad.
They sort of obscure things for a moment as your Gildan bugs make their chant. So what happens on the spell?
So,
I mean, I know it summons a bunch of swarms, but
yeah, it's a 40-10 Constitution saving throw anytime it enters the spell for the first time or begins its turn there or ends its turn there. So as long as he's in there.
Yeah, they're eating away at his like rapidly decaying body, and you see him. He seems to just be ignoring it as he continues its walk towards the temple. Okay, and all right. Anybody else just have the one? All right, I do though. As the death giant attempts, it's just going to cast a single spell, seeing as how the last time big attacks didn't do anything, and is let's see here. I need all right, Nenizen.
Yes.
Oh, that was a loud one. It is going. Does a 16 hit Nenizen?
It does not.
Okay. It has hand glows with necrotic energy, and it attempts to attack you with that, but misses. And
good.
That's my fast action. Slow actions for you guys. Clink.
I will keep attacking. Go on.
No, go ahead. I would like to use my reaction to give you advantage on one of your attacks.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
My spirit of the hawk should still be in place.
Oh, yeah.
Get your hawk noise here.
Caw.
Caw. Very intimidating.
Tookie. Sorry, I just watched Evolution yesterday, so it's a good movie.
That's gonna be an unnatural 20.
That's gonna hit.
And then. Oh, well, wait, hold on. I had advantage on that, right? A nat 20. Okay, perfect. So that's going to be 10 damage.
That's your mom's looking out for you.
I know. My sweet babies. And that is going to be a 16 damage. And
16. All right.
then I'm going to hit him one more time. And you gave me inspiration, right, Mer?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I just had unmute. It's a D10 if you need it.
I don't.
Okay.
I will save it.
I was like, she might need some saving throw help at some point.
Yeah.
It's up there
Soon.
for 10 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 19 plus 9. So that I'm pretty sure it hits.
Yeah.
And is it an 8 or a 3? It's a 3. Okay, so it's gonna be an 10 damage for this big boy.
Yeah, he's like really hurt, and like
Yeah.
particularly the last two exchanges you've had with him, is like some pretty nasty wounds. It's like,
Oh yeah,
really
for sure. Ellie's not holding back. Like she's just very angry, and inside her, very raging outside. She's very mad about all the people that this other dude has trapped, and that these people, even though they're big and sweet or they look sweet, won't do anything about it. So she's definitely like, chopping it up in there.
Yeah.
In the kitchen. So
Some rage guilt.
Yeah, it looks like it's on its last legs there as you just unleash on it. All right, so that was Ellie's turn. Who's next for their slow turns?
Denizen, perhaps?
Sure, that works. Yeah, Yellow right there.
Let's finish off this poor fellow.
This poor fellow.
Let's see if we can't get a bit of disemboweling. So my lowest was a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
AC's 15 for.
All right. Dang it. All these low numbers. All right. So we got 7 and 9. And if that doesn't finish him off, bonus action melee attack.
Yeah, your first two will bring up 0. So Ellie and Denizen now have swarmed up on him. Axtreamer's there with the assist. He hit once last round. But between the three of you, you have taken apart this giant. So how does Denizen put him out of his misery?
Well, with a pizza in his mouth.
No.
Mm-hmm. Denizen gets that blade up in there, real deep, and just pulls it out with all of his might to one side, spills out his really sad giant guts, and then gives a little flourish to clean off his blade.
Okay, just a little flourish.
All
right. The giant falls. And at least amongst his acolytes and followers, like the other sort of death cultists, there's a bit of a pause, and just a momentary whoa kind of moment.
Goodness gracious!
But yeah, great. Anything else? You have a bonus action, free, I guess.
Yes, I put pizza in my mouth again, Jim. So no.
All right.
I don't use my bonus action.
Sure. Anybody else?
Yes. F these mummies. No, stop. Mur's telling them to stop. Just stop. It's bad. So I'm gonna sharpshooter again.
Okay.
Hit one of these punks. Ooh, okay. I think it's my freak it out. It's fine. I don't want them to get near me. I'm great. So +2, that is gonna be 19.
19 hits.
Yes. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure. All right. So okay, +3. So 15 points of piercing damage.
All right. Yeah. And
whichever one looked more damage is what I should have shot at.
Yeah, one of them has another you've already hit with one of your arrows. And they are within melee of the scum of the city.
I'm backing up a little bit.
You're gonna back up a bit.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, you saw one of them touch one of the scum people, and they kind of desiccated and just fell over.
Yeah, I don't want that. I'm already missing HP. Good.
Excellent. So Mer shoots and scoots, and
shoot and scoot.
About,
Classic.
How about Icky?
So I know I set off that amulet, but that was before I remembered that I'm a druid now.
Oh, that's true as well. That was like a bonus action, right? To send off the email. Forget.
It is, but no, it's an actual action.
Okay.
But I'm not going to worry about it. I spent it, and that's what I did. I'm going to pretend that Icky was also like, wait, I have a better idea. Where is the largest concentration of enemies that were behind the giant and everything?
So right now, the largest concentration appears to be over in the pillars, not far from where y'all were setting up the your traps and the like.
Because I know the giant was like followed by some people.
It was followed by some people, but they were outnumbered by the sort of the rusty alchemical liches, and so they're about to lose.
And how far away are the mummies?
They're like a move action away. They're much closer.
I would like to take a move action, burrowing towards them,
Okay.
and then I would like to pop up out of the ground in wild shape.
Okay.
And I don't know how to pronounce it, but I will send it in the back chat of
All right.
the only huge creature that I can wild shape into.
Hung Harris.
If you're asking, is that the
Hunger.
giant snail that is the size of an elephant? The answer is hell yes.
It's a racing snail.
I would
Yes.
like to pop out of the ground in the midst of these mummies and transform into a giant snail on top of them.
Sure. Yeah. That's fine. I love that because that's like a grotesque, it's like a huge snail.
I did it. I contributed.
There you go. All right. So there's a giant snail that's popped up. I'm assuming your flailings and whatnot will cause quite a stir. As it like bursts up out of the ground.
It's just like the ground just shakes.
A bunch of mummies are like, what's going on?
It's like Ursula at the end of the Little Mermaid.
Like,
Whoa.
her bones aren't quick enough to dodge this. All right, so we've got Icky back. Everybody has. All right, everybody's taking their slow turn then.
Yeah, I told his mummies to stop, but then shoot.
All right.
I don't think Gildan has to go yet. Still, maybe, or I'm crazy.
I hope Mer
I did
sees
fast
this.
Fast.
I hope
Oh,
Mer is proud of
Mer's
me.
eyes are in that direction, so she definitely does.
Yeah, I did it.
And here we go. Let's see. All right, Mer. Were you in total cover?
Preferably, yes.
Okay. As there.
Because she got hit once and was like, oh, no.
Yeah. So in that case, there's some stuff going on. If Mer can't see it, there's just a lot of fighting that's going on in the area where the broken pillars are and the rubble is. But the center lane seems as though it just has Tengrith and the acolytes that came with the Death Giant. The ones that are still alive are fleeing backwards. Tengrith advances with some of the cadaver guards, however, and let's see what he does. There's a big cluster of y'all kind of right there. He moves up and is going to cast one of his spells. And I need Ninizen, Ellie, and Axe Dreamer to all make me, let's see, what is that? Dexterity saving throw, DC 23. You get +2 for Axe Dreamer being close by.
I got a 22 then.
Hey, you have Bardic Inspiration.
You're right. Is that
It's a D10.
10?
How
Yeah,
about
17.
17?
Where's my D10? There it is. Okay. 9.
So,
So it's a 20.
31.
Math.
31.
Yes.
Ellie passes.
Short circuiting here.
Bob's got your back.
It's gonna be 30 force damage. If you passed, then take half of that. As you see him sort of like, there's all these ghosts flying around, right? And Gildan, you have a better view of it as you can see them all sort of like moving around outside. As Tigger seems to just like grab a handful of them, break them into dozens of little shards, and then send them flying at the cluster of the meleeers, where they're sort of like embedded in you and the ground, and you can feel them burrowing into your flesh. He moves forward, almost in melee with the ground crew, and getting closer to the steps. And I think that's the end of my slow turns, which make it the top of round 6. Anybody got fast? Fast turn?
You consider a fast turn to be a snail slurping over whatever's in my path?
Yeah.
Cool.
Just like a thing, yeah.
I would like to slurp.
All right. Slurp. Slurp ahead. Let's see.
Yeah?
It's just like an attack, right?
Okay.
Like how,
Well, I was waiting on you to tell me what it was.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, it's just, I would say it's just like an attack.
Okay. Do I get 2 slurps because I have 2 attacks? Or do I get 2 slurps because I have 2 movements?
That's true. Like how? Okay, so we'll do it like you'd have 2 slurps because you've got 2 movements, but if you want to just do like a quick burst, that's what we're talking about here.
Okay, I would like to dash slurp.
Okay. All right. Give me 2.
Okay.
I
I don't know what the pluses on this are, so I just rolled a base 14 and a base 19. I don't.
Call it, I don't know. Let's call it +7.
Okay.
That seems fine. All right.
So I got a 21 and a 26
Okay.
to slurp on some mummies or whoever's in the vicinity.
Right. All right. Let's call that. It's huge. That'll be 3d6. Plus, it's got a +3 to strength.
Oh fuck yeah!
It sounds like it. I mean, it's a big.
Let me look at the creature thing. I don't want to.
I have no idea.
I don't want to completely screw this up. I have a +5 to strength. I have a 20 strength.
All right. Okay. Giant.
So 3d6 plus 5. I rolled a 3, a 2, and a 6. So that's 11 plus 5 is 16 slurp damage.
16 slurp. We're drawing it on my map. All right. 16 slurp damage from the giants.
Is that 2 slurps or is that 1 slurp?
That would just be the 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll the second one then.
Oh my god.
So you can slurp it.
Oh.
Yeah, we should slurp if you want to.
All right, that was my 21, so this was my 26. Okay, so a 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 9. Okay, so 14 slurp damage on my second one.
All right, there we go. So 14, and your first one was 16.
Yes.
All right. As you sort of like crush and gum, I don't know what it's. I imagine it's disgusting.
It's very mucusy.
I can see it's just like
It's a
all their
slimy trail of destruction.
like, all getting all sticky and gummed up. A slimy trail of destruction. Icky has turned into a giant snail and has bolstered the allies that are over there fighting the mummies. I do need, because Icky moved into melee with these creatures, for Icky to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
As the ghosts lash out and attack her.
I would love to play this.
Anyone else with a fast turn? No.
Ooh.
Now you're going to cast a spell. Cast a spell. What you got?
A 7.
Ooh, yeah. That was 15, I believe. So 4. So it's going to be
A little less than a 15, but like
yeah.
not by much.
But not by much. Not by much. It's all right. It's a good effort. It's going to be 18 necrotic damage,
Cool.
and it's basically like difficult terrain as they prevent you from moving forward.
Oh, that comes out of my snail stuff. Okay.
Snail armor. And one of the mummies points its desiccated finger at the giant snail and launches a sort of a glittering, weird, dark energy bolt at it.
No, not my gold shell.
Let's see. Does I don't know. That's a 17 to hit.
So when I'm a giant snail, my armor class is 6. You kind of don't have to roll. I mean, you could always like super flub, but just I think you'd be safe assuming it hits.
All right. That's a 21 necrotic damage.
Okay, that's
Next attack
40 over all. Then that's fine.
All right. That is my fast turns, slow turns for you guys. Tengrith is making his way across the courtyard. He's almost within melee of Ellie that is in an axe streamer. And then we'll only have to cross a rubble-strewn courtyard to get to the temple.
Okay. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon above the doorway, and then I'm going to kind of schlump out of my throne and just kind of move out of eyesight. I can move pretty far, too. Yeah, that way he'll have to come find me. And hopefully he can get hit by 3 different things if he comes through.
Okay. All right. And so as Gildan is setting up his magical traps, how about who's next? We've got Nizagon, Nitmer, and Ellie.
Can I rush towards him?
He's not that far away.
Perfect. Yes, Ellie with the angry grill is gonna run towards him and attempt to attack him recklessly, right? I have that?
Yep.
Yes. Ooh, okay, that's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Phew. So she is going to recklessly attack said BB. And wow, that's a long roll. That's going to be a 17 damage.
17 damage.
And
All right.
It's the second mermaid.
a 21 to hit.
And that does.
Yeah, 21 hits.
Perfect. That's a 10 as well. Damage.
10 damage. All
Yeah.
right. There we go. And
That's what Ellie hears when she's attacking.
God, that's disturbing.
Yeah.
music. It says Ellie moves up and attacks. Tengrith is going to use one of his legendary actions to retaliate against Ellie as a sort of a whip of what appears to be like red energy manifests in his hand, and he attempts to lash out at you with it. Let's see. Does a 17 hit you?
Me?
Yeah, Ellie.
Yes.
Okay. And here we go. That's going to be 8 and
Just barely.
just barely. So that's going to be 14 psychic damage. And then I need you to make a DC 23 Constitution save or have disadvantage until the end of your next turn, as waves of pain overwhelm Ellie.
Now wants this whip. Psychic pain.
Yes, psychic pain.
That I had. What was it? DC what?
23. His spells are very specific.
No, that's not gonna make it, fam.
All right. So you'll have disadvantage until the end of your next turn on attack rolls
Okay.
only.
Okay.
That was my legendary
That's
action. So whoever else, it's fine.
Mer will go.
Yeah. So you see Ellie attacking.
Yeah. I also see there's still like 2 mummy lords, right?
One of them's pretty messed up. It's got several arrows.
I'm gonna shoot at that one.
All right.
Me and Icky gonna take these things out before they can do too much damage, and I'm not
That'll
sharpshootering
sure.
this one. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't, because that is 18. If I had minus 5 for that, that would have been.
Yeah, that just barely hits.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad though. 7 points of damage.
All right, there goes. And this one's not quite down, but is seriously wounded. It's like
So
wobbled
close.
on its.
And then I'll inspire Ellie again.
Okay, and Ellie's inspired.
Believe in you.
You can do it. Netizen, you're up.
Thanks, man.
So, I think Denizen is the fighting of the mummies is going on behind us, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Or sort of, yeah, kind of behind you, kind of off to the side, but yeah.
Denizen is going to hop, skip forward, and lay a finger strike attack to Tenenbaum's head, whatever his name is.
To the Tigrith?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Okay. So I'm doing an unarmed strike, and then I need you, Jim, to make a con save as I try to stun you. Where's my D8?
You're at 25.
Okay. I was hoping maybe you could use one of your legendaries. Oh well. Take 8 damage.
8 damage.
Mm-hmm. And then for a follow-up attack, I'm going to hit you with my sword.
Uh-huh.
And that's natural 20.
Sweet.
I love it. I do. I love you, natural 20.
Just sing it.
You're in a great mood today.
Well, if the alcohol helps. We're going to do 19 damage, and that will kick off my special agility thing. My AC increases by 2.
All right. So, Nenizen, you're sort of like slashing and hacking away, and the entire time he's been like wisps of his flesh have been just wafting off of him. And whatever life was left in this physical form of Tigris, you kind of just like almost like just batting away the laundry that's drying on the line. It sort of like falls away, and his spirit kind of continues to sort of walk forward. Really just has eyes for Gildan, and
For me?
completely sheds its physical form.
Good. That's okay. I like it.
This crude material reality, kind of mutterings to himself.
All as my future self told me.
That was Denizen. That was the last of y'all's slow turns. It's going to go. So it moves again. And if either Denizen or Ellie want, if it's not attempting to avoid retaliation, you can take attacks of opportunity if you like.
Yes.
Actually, it's action. And actually, we're good. Actually, his turn, he lit it up.
He smote it. He smote
Yeah,
it.
he's,
Good. Good boy.
He's been using he's saving his spell slots.
14 doesn't hit, right?
14 does not hit Tigris. Tigris AC is 19.
Eek.
I'm actually going to hold off.
Okay.
Just in case.
All right.
I had disadvantage anyway, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
And it's continues walking along, and it's going to. I don't think he can cast. I don't think he has anything to get rid of the temple, but you could see Gildan, right?
Probably not if I moved out of the way.
No, you
The
did
thing
move
is,
out of
this
the
is
way.
like 120 feet wall.
Yeah, if it's way off, if it's very tall.
Yeah.
In that case, it is
Lots
going
steps
to
inside.
move. Yeah, and it's just going to it's going to walk through. He's got movement and is going to go through the doors.
All right. So then he's going to have to make a dex saving throw.
All right.
And he's going to. He's
19.
also. All right. So he's going to take, I believe, 20 points of damage from both guardians.
Mhm.
And does attack roll 26 hit him?
Yes.
I'm readied with that. So he's going to take 17 plus 3, 20 points of spiritual weapon damage on the head. That is the 4th time I have smacked Tingrith.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And guys, it's been nice knowing you.
And it's like, I don't even have a head anymore. So that's going to be his slow action. Axe Dreamer's gone. The fighting kind of rages outside. So we still got 1 and 2 Mummy Lords, technically. There are Mummy aristocrats that are out there. The fighting is kind of in the balance, but Tengrith has entered the temple. His form transcended, and also, I don't know. We'll see. Beginning of the top of round 7. Fast actions, guys.
All right. So, got it. A reminder that at the start of Tingrith's turn, those spirit guardians of the faith are going to hit him again. So I am going to fast action. No, I think this has to be a slow action.
So what do you want to do?
Drop flame strike on him, and then I want my spiritual weapon to hit him again. And I'd really love to just push him back so he has to go back through the guardians a little bit. I've thought about just freedom of movement, just running back out the temple and be like, oh, here's a reminder too. He is minus 1d4 on all rolls in here.
He's inside the temple.
Yeah. So I'll slow turn.
Okay.
As my fast action, I'm going to enter the temple as well, following.
Okay. All right, you're gonna follow Tengrith.
Yeah, I want to stay on him.
So I need you to make a second Constitution saving throw, Nosy.
Okay.
The ghost shards are still embedded in you, working their way.
Con save is going to be 16.
Okay. He still has that crazy DC. So you took what you took. You will take half of what you took last time. So whatever damage you took the first time you hit, you will take half of that as the ghost shards burrow and then disappear.
Okay. Round up or down? I forgot.
Down. Just round like
Round
they
down.
taught you in school.
Round down. Okay.
It bothers me with a round up. Like, come on.
Yeah. Rounding is yeah.
All right. So what is it? It isn't just dashing or just running in. Use fast action.
Yeah, I mean that's all his round.
Okay. And anybody else? No.
I would like to slurp.
Slorp. All right.
Yeah.
Continuous slurping.
Slorp.
I would like to continue the slurp.
Oh, give me a wisdom save because you're
slurp.
still in the
Rude.
Ghost Guardians.
Crossing the street.
I can't believe you're making me play by the rules.
Yeah, I blame forget.
Oh, please. Unnatural 20.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be 12 necrotic damage. That's
Ugh,
so.
I hate this. No more slurping for me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. You just hear a pop.
It's
Something.
Searching
Oh, it was too
forward.
much.
Ugh,
How
it was
many
too much.
did Nell
Too
have?
much slurp. Yeah.
You're right in the thick of it. You could make an attack if you wanted. Or...
You're right. I could. God. Yeah. No, Mummy Lords. I'm going to fuck on at her here, back down into the burrow. And,
There's one that looks real bad if you want to hit and run.
We were talking slow.
No, I'm gonna fuck on out of here.
Okay. All right. Just moving. All right. Okay. And
Deuces.
all right. Anybody else? Fast ones. All right. I don't think I have any that are fast either. They didn't get to follow up on their attack against Myrrh. You're still hiding, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck those.
I was gonna try
I
to
can't believe you were like, no, you can attack it and then disengage. I'm like,
You could.
it's a Mummy Lord.
I know. If we kill one, there's only one left.
All right, so they are
Or
continuing.
three.
They like it. It's a I don't know. I'll roll some dice here in a minute. Something's going on. You guys, none of you are actually
Okay.
in that fight, so
Yeah.
I'm not even going to worry about it that much. And so right now, we've got Ninizen inside. We've got Icky, who's burrowed. Tengrith is there, not taking a fast turn. Ellie and Extra are outside. So
I'll do
turn.
my slow turn against stupid mummy lord face McGee. Shoot him with the bow.
You come down here and hit a mummy lord.
I will, because I nat 20'd.
So you're coming down here.
No,
and you're
I'm
gonna melee.
shooting.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's called ranged weapons. They're great. Oh, and I got a 6. And another 6. Okay, that's awesome. So like mega max damage. So 15.
Yeah. Which one are you hitting?
The really wounded one.
Okay. All right. That one falls down as well.
Good.
There's one
Dang.
mummy aristocrats left.
Oh,
I want to
sorry.
leave the one that's
Class
barely
warfare.
alive, and then shoot the other one, Jim. Okay.
Gross.
No, shoot the
You
wounded one.
do you. I'm just going to let you play your game. All right. So drop the other. And then what do you do? Anything else? You're about to be alone out here. I don't know who else is out here with me.
I know. She's gonna kind of start. If there's a full cover between her and the mummy lords, between the temple and her, she's gonna start heading that direction, and then just kind of again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna take my hawk spirit with me as I'm burrowing, just like
Okay.
Mer doesn't need me that bad. She's got this.
All right. Yeah. So that's
I'm almost soloing these mummy lords.
right. Who's going next?
Yeah, I've got this. So Tengrith needs to make a saving throw. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 15.
All right. I need to keep remembering my legendaries for him. He'll go with legendary right after this. Oh my god. All right. That's like an 11.
He got 11?
Yeah, because it's minus D4 to the roll, right?
Okay. Oh, yes. So he got, it looks like 18 fire damage and 12 radiant damage. And I got a 25 to hit him with my spiritual weapon. And let me roll that. Which is 772. So that's 16 plus 3, 19 spiritual weapon damage. And then I'm going to like fly up backwards diagonally like Superman, just with my wing boots, just like, oh, you don't want to dance with the master in his house. This is Gildan's temple.
All right. She's like, you can see him attacking his spiritual form. And it's maybe hard to tell if he's hurt, but he does seem distracted and annoyed, right? Like he seems like he's, and focused on Gildan for the most part. All right. Anybody else?
Like really annoying Tobey Maguire Spider-Man dancing, like Spider-Man 3.
What are you gonna do? Stop hitting yourself. Anybody else? Who's next? We've got.
Yes.
But Ellie hasn't gone yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, she's gonna attempt to hit as well.
Okay.
And I have disadvantage, right?
Until the end of this turn, yes.
Okay. No. You said it was like a 23, right?
That's the DC for his spells. His
Oh.
armor class is 19.
Okay. It's a 19.
Okay.
Perfect. So that's gonna be that didn't get me out of rage, right?
Mm.
Okay.
No, because you took damage. Like if you hit or take damage is all you need. One of those two. Or just
Okay.
attack. I don't even think you have to hit. I think you just have to attack.
Okay. So 18 damage.
Okay.
On my first attempt, and that is a 21 and a 16 for damage.
15. All right. So I'll kind of like close in on Tigger. All these spells go off around him, and he kind of just, you can feel his amusement turn to frustration as he's like, "What are you even doing in here? I wasn't even messing with you guys." And
You're the wrong side, buddy.
And I crit with Axe Streamer as he like runs.
Smite him! Smite him!
And that's a Vorpal thing, right? So it's just kind of like
He's-
off its head goes.
It's a holy avenger, right?
It is Axe is a holy avenger. So he's got a dice that he's rolling.
Smite with that holy avenger on that 20 is.
And he actually has 3rd level slots now, so
Oh, burn it.
all right. Yeah, you see a great big like flash of holy light as Axe Streamer follows up Ellie's attack. And Tingrith is sort of stumbles into the temple and is now kind of like not surrounded by, but like Ninizan's inside, Ellie's inside.
It's just
Axe
mom's
Streamer.
outside.
Yeah. And Gilda's
Oh, we're coming. Next
We're
round.
cleaning up to make sure nothing comes in behind us.
Yeah, next round we'll be there.
I'm
'Cause
taking
the
my
last thing we
legendary.
need is a mummy lord to be like, haha, I just shambled down in. Surprise!
Don't even worry about it. All right. Is going to. Tingrith looks angry, and a flash of anger in his eyes as he points his fingers at Gildan and blasts forth a spell. You see it coming towards you. I need a dex save to get out of the way of the spell, or it will do some nasty things to Gildan.
Okay. Let's see. Oop. Sorry, I was muted. Sorry. Let me just double check my audio. All right, I'm gonna bump this up just a little because I bumped it way down. Sorry if anyone in the audience hears my fan. It's like 100 degrees in here.
Nice.
Plus 7, 22.
22 is one shy of it as you feel yourself attacked by something. Gildan maybe's never had his soul attacked before. And I don't know if that's
Do I
like
even
you can
have
feel
one?
that. Do you just Gildan even have one?
Yeah.
It is only going to be 12 psychic damage, but you are currently at disadvantage on wisdom and charisma saving throws and checks.
Sounds
And-
very normal for me.
And you'll make some rolls later. It might stick around for a while. It might just be a temporary thing. I'll let you know we need to make another
Okay.
save. But you can feel just something, a wrongness
Oh.
and something happening to you, although you are not incapacitated.
Can he make another dex saving throw?
Yeah,
Minus 1d4?
Yeah. That was his legendary action. He is not yet gone.
Okay.
But I'll have that. Yeah, that's another, I don't know. That's another 12.
Okay, so this is great. He takes 40 points of damage this time.
Okay. It's lit up. And all right. This turn goes. It moves and faces its attackers as it sort of like sends this spell off after Gildan, then turns around and faces both Ellie and Axe Streamer and Ninizan, who are there. And you can see him draw in some sort of magic of the void as a tear in space kind of like opens up in front of you. I need Ellie, Denizen, and Axe Streamer to make Constitution saves as he does the thing. Cast the spell.
19.
Right. That's +2 from Axe Streamer.
And you
20.
are inspired. In
1.
21.
case you want it.
And Denizen. Axe Streamer's going to take it's failed badly. You can't hear you, Josh.
I'm going to use my inspiration to reroll.
Okay.
That's pretty terrible. Okay, so yeah, with the reroll, 21.
Okay. There is a blast of freezing cold air as well as burning starlight as he literally opens a hole to space and subjects you to it for a moment. Or in this case, some sort of ethereal void. And it's going to be, it's 22 split between radiant and cold. So it's 11 radiant, 11 cold. That's full damage.
Oh.
Not as twos on
Is
that.
it half if you pass?
Correct, yeah.
And it's not half on rage, right?
Yeah, no, not unless
Your bear
unless you
totem.
really good totem.
Mm-mm. So that's 22 total?
Mhm.
Okay. Making sure.
All right. And then he sort of like moves into the temple to sort of like get everybody in his field of view. They can see. That's my turn. Top of round 8. You guys have got Ninizen in the temple, or sorry, not Ninizen, but Tengrith in the temple. Everyone but Myrrh and Icky is there, and we've got fast actions. Yeah.
How far away am I?
You get there in a dash.
Okay. I'll dash.
All right.
I don't want to go in the temple. I just want to be outside the temple so that my hawk spirit totem can fly into the temple.
Gotcha. All right. Gotcha. He moves.
I'm going to do a slow action.
Slow. No one else doing fast.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so.
All right. I don't think I am either. Slow for you guys then.
I'm going to attack Tengrith with the spiritual weapon again. I got a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Okay, let's roll some damage then. And that will be 4, 5, and 3. So it'll be 12 plus 3. That'll be 15 points of damage. Then I'm going to drop another flame strike on him. So he'll have to make another dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Hey, all right. Well, let's see. 12 plus. This one is a 17.
Yeah, 17 works unless
17
he
pass.
subtracts a 1d4 and it brings it 2 points lower.
No, that brought it down from a 20.
Okay. Yeah. None of us that see him have any little reactions that we can use to punish him. Nah, it's fine.
You've seen him. I mean, he
That's
seems
fine.
he seems surprised for one. Like in the round now that you particularly like the last one we got lit up with the spells and the magic and the great. He seems surprised at it, and his maneuvering after the last round was like defensive. Like he's concerned. You know, like before that he was sort of ignoring the meleeers at least.
Yeah.
So you can tell you're doing something.
He'll
You can
take
tell he seems affected.
he'll take half of 18 and half of 14 then since he made his saves.
Uh-huh.
He also got another good crack on the head, and it's one of those things where like I'm not even flinching after I got hit with his spell, and it's just kind of like thing 2 and thing 1 are going to hack at him again when his turn comes up. So
He's going to take his legendary after Gildan, and he's going to try to hit you with another one of those glittering beams that he had.
oh my
before.
goodness.
And that is going to be a 28 to hit Gildan.
Well, shoot. Just barely, it grazes me. What did it do?
He's some kind of blade singer.
What are you, some kind of blade singer?
Right.
I'm gonna use that line.
That's 24 force damage, and Gildan loses 1 spell slot of his lowest level that he still has left,
Darn.
as the spell like steals the magic from you. Get it back on a short rest. Nice.
Yeah.
That was my legendary action. Anybody else going?
I'll go. Now that the cat has settled somewhat. I'm gonna stick my face out and shoot a mommy lord. I'm gonna try to sharpshooter again.
All right.
Ooh, okay, good. Dirty 20.
Oh, that is, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. So 13, no, 5 plus 3 is 18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Arrow sinks deep, but it is not enough to bring this one down. It's wounded.
Good. Yeah, and then just, I don't know, like, want to take, before I duck back down, kind of take stock of what's happening on the battlefield. Outside, not inside.
So from what you can see, the alchemical liches that were holding the center have reinforced the scum of the city who were filtering. There's really only one of the other mummy aristocrats that you can see, the one that you're fighting. And you could see like little groups of your allies running about between the ruins and things. You can hear fighting going on around you. Without some way of getting elevation, it's difficult to take stock.
Okay.
It looks like there's a few enemies nearby, but you have plenty of allies.
Yeah, just making sure that like Mr. Lich wasn't super struggling or anyone's like
You don't see him anymore. You saw him briefly earlier, but he seems to have gone off on another part of
cool. Cool. Yeah, just and then I looked up back down.
Okay. All right.
Peekaboo with the mummy lord.
Oh yes. That was Myrrh.
Yeah.
And so I've got Denison and Ellie still left.
He's still pretty close to me, right?
Yeah.
He didn't like bamboozle his way out of there.
No.
Okay. So,
Reaction for advantage.
has.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
my hawk spirit totem that's in the temple now.
Hails, yes.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a 27 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and
I better say something before she says something.
Wait.
because I got a 4 last time, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll die.
Then perish.
So that's gonna be 18 damage.
Uh-huh.
And Elliot's gonna swing again. She's just like very mad because that black hole or hole into space was not the business, and it hurt her a lot.
No, thank you, Satan.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, 14 is not gonna hit, right?
14 does not hit.
Rip.
All right.
Yeah, that's all she's gonna do. She's still very mad.
Pressing your attack. Nenizen, how's it going?
Tunigrath is swiftly approaching Gildan, right?
Well, Gilden's flying up in the air, and while Tigris can sort of like float and stuff, he's also sort of keeping it closer to the ground.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to start off with a sword strike. Well, that was almost another 20. 22 to hit. And I'm going to need another Constitution save. As he's...
Yeah, I got a 20 on that one.
Okay. We're going to try that again.
Trying to stun him.
Yeah. 17 to hit.
17 misses. His AC's 19.
Okay. And then I'm going to, as a bonus action, do another hit. Oh, and I miss with that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Switch with that one. And Axe Streamer goes, I got a second crit with Axe Streamer, but he missed on his second attack. And he uses his remaining third level slot for it. So like a second hit from Axe Streamer lights up, and there's a great big flash. Tingrith looks, he doesn't have a physical body. No wounds are left on him, but you can tell that he is pressed and sort of like at a disadvantage. He's seems to be fighting defensively and is also got like there's 4 of you on him now, so he split. He's going to use his last legendary action after Ninizen goes before I go. So Gildan was attacking, but he is actually directs a spell towards Axe Streamer. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Axe Streamer seems to be in some amount of pain. He sort of like reels for a minute. There's no like visible effect or anything. He sort of like one of his hands drops from his axe as he kind of like, you can hear a cry of pain come from his visor, and he stumbles back briefly, but does not otherwise seem to be like incapacitated or anything. And mentally just kind of calls out that he seems okay. He just feels weird. That was my legendary, my slow. And all right, all of y'all in melee with him. Guys, even really, I think he's gonna have to get out from where you guys are.
Takes the dodge action. Okay.
He's gonna do those. He gets 3 other actions. He is going to. All right. He is going to. He speaks a word. And I need those of you in melee with him to make another Constitution save, as you can feel magic working upon some part of you that that you've maybe never been worked on before.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Sweet. And how about for Millicent?
Probably failed. I got a 12.
Okay. Yeah, he's got the same high DCs that he's had. Axe Dreamer failed as well. So
what did he get? Oh, sorry.
It's not a spell. He sort of like utters a word, and there's this like this sort of like push.
Yeah.
He's attempting to rebuke your souls and to make you, just flee from him. But that does not work for Ellie. So it's going to. What are you going to say, Grant?
I was going to say, at the start of his turn, he needed to make a dexterity saving throw. Regardless of what he gets, this will be the final bits of damage those guys can cast before they disappear.
Okay. This was a 17.
That's enough to make it, but they're still going to do max damage, so they both do 10 points of damage for 20 more points of damage to him.
All right.
Apologize for the interruptions, too. I didn't want to forget.
No worries. It is going to be, if you failed that save against his rebuke, it is going to be 20 radiant damage, and you are both knocked prone and pushed back 10 feet. Success halves the damage. You're pushed back, but you're not knocked prone.
Okay.
That's the end of his turn. He is seriously injured. Those of you, certainly Gildan, who's familiar with spirits and spiritual entities, like has an understanding of what it looks like when the spirit sort of like dissipates. Whether it would be permanent in Tengra's case is another matter, but you can tell that you can tell that it's near its last legs.
Yeah,
we're at the top of round 9.
I'm a slow turn, and I totally know what I'm doing.
Okay. Anybody else with a fast one? All slow beasts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's just skip to the slow turns then.
All right, so 23 to shoot him with a guiding bolt.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 3rd level guiding bolt, and I do 21 points of radiant damage if that hits him.
23 does it.
I'm going to use Fury of the Small to add 11 points of damage on top of that, and then I'm going to roll to hit him with my spiritual weapon, which I don't think I hit him. I got a 15.
Mm-mm. No, that won't hit.
Darn. I was totally hoping to clunk him again.
So the next
I get advantage on that because he was hit with the guiding bolt.
Certainly.
Well, does a 22 hit him?
A 22 does hit him.
Ha! I knew there was a reason why I did it in that order. All right. So 7, 7, 3. So that is 17 plus 3, 20? No, that's not right. 14 plus 3 is 17. I've confused myself, Jim. What's 7 plus 7 plus 3 plus 3?
20.
Okay, I did it right. Sorry, I moved fast. I'm getting tired
13?
here.
That's all right.
I'm doing a lot of damage. No.
Yeah. You can see him reeling from Gildan's spells and attacks. Anybody who's going next?
How bad is he looking?
You would. I mean, the look in his eyes says it's pretty bad. Like that's what you're getting for. That's what you're getting.
Iggy's gonna pop up at the door. Just be like, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
But
I'm gonna shoot a mummy lord.
yeah. What Icky's really going to do is conjure some animals.
Okay.
Now, I would like to conjure 8 beasts.
Okay.
Because it's better to have 8 extra attacks than 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go.
Bunch of little things, but better
Yeah.
chance.
He's going to take some charcoal ash and sprinkle it on the ground. And 8 1 4 or lower.
All right. We can go ahead and roll me a d20 for those. Just so we kind of see what's going on.
Let's take a look. Don't fail me, tabletop loot. I got an 18.
18. We've got from we've got Myrrh, who is popping up to shoot one of the mummies, making sure that they still
The last mummy.
The last mummy. Ooh. Hmm. This looks like it's a giant owl is what it rolls. And it's like, like whatever.
Do you know what giant owl does?
I know it's got flyby.
Flyby.
I know it's got flyby. Yeah.
Iggy's gonna jump on one.
All right. You got to give one of the. You have to give me
As a slug.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, I wish I could be a slug right now. No. Icky climbs atop one of these. They look sort of like the mounts that the Nazgul ride. Yeah. So it's a very like lizard-like bat-winged creature.
Yes, a fell.
Yeah. And they make like a piercing shriek as they fly all around the temple waiting to
feel
send out a Icky's just like, feed my children. Yeah, he's gonna ride one.
Okay.
It's gonna be great.
And okay, so you got your summoned your animals, they're riding, they're all around, and who's next? Go ahead, Myrrh, what did you get for
I gotta roll that. How bad's he looking, Jim?
pretty bad, pretty wounded.
Like really bad or just
Like
pretty
a solid hit, you'd probably take him out.
All right, we'll gamble. We'll do the sharpshooter one more time.
Okay.
Oh, natural 20. So
Oh,
no.
no.
With sharpshooter 23. That's not 6 plus 3 plus 10, so 19.
19 is enough.
Yes.
19 is enough as Myrrh brings down the last of the Mummy aristocracy that was there supporting their attack. The rest of it.
And then I'll move into towards the temple.
Okay.
Start heading that way.
Okay. Yeah, you can sort of like see into it as you get there. You can sort of see the whole scene. Here's Myrrh.
How close am I? How close can I get?
Well, you're like right. You're sort of. I mean, you could get inside the temple if you wanted.
Can I just be within like 60 feet of Bakroithic?
Mm-hmm.
I want to inspire that boy.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Great job. All right. yeah. You can be within 60 feet of him.
Your slides are very impressive.
We've got Ellie and Denizen and Gildan still left.
Denizen's gonna. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. No, he's just gonna come up and hit. He wants to try to reason with this guy, but there's no need for that. He's like resisting. Yeah, he wonders what the true motivation of this creature is. Yes. But I got a 21 and a 22. 2 sword strikes.
2 sword strikes.
Oh yeah. Lowest and highest. There's a 6 and a 15.
A 6 and a 15. Actually, I do think, Grant, I think that was the first thing because you just did one thing, right? Yeah.
Technically, it was 2 things. It was slow turns.
We were all doing just slow turns. Yeah. I think we're just it's a long fight.
Boss battle. It's all slow turns.
It always, yeah. It's all slow turns. Yeah. Would you say a 6 and a 15, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And okay. So that's Nizen swoops in and continues to battle this creature. Anybody? Let's see. I think that just makes Ellie as our and then Axtream.
Fail. And he's still looking in his eye. Says, ouch.
He looks like he's a look of disbelief, maybe a bit of panic, and just sort of like the plan isn't working the way he thought it would. And it's clearly like scrambling to try to figure out what to do. Like sort of taking a legendary action, which I keep forgetting about. But you can go ahead and act.
All right. So I would like to hit him with my axe the first time. if possible. That's 23.
23.
To hit, yeah. And that's a 10 for damage. And how's he looking now?
So now he is looking severely wounded, kind of. I don't know. This is always the part about fighting spirit beasts that's difficult to describe. I think he looks hurt and seems like wounded and near defeat is how it seems to you. But he's a powerful entity. Like, a lot of magic is coursing around here, and undoubtedly has some tricks up his sleeve.
Okay.
That kind of narrow things down a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
So as Ellie hits hard, maybe like through his arm or something, if not his chest, she is going to go for another big swing, and then she's just gonna kind of like her eyes have opened and she's out of rage. And she's gonna drop her axe, and then she's gonna say, "Arbros, was that his name?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Arbros.
And she's going to summon her friend, her super OP friend, and she is going to collapse on the floor and throw up.
Nice. So
Accurate.
Arbros shows up and it's sort of like there's a discordant noise, the sound of someone screaming, and a pentagram of hellfire and sulfurous smoke forms in the ground, and he sort of just appears, and is like, gets into the fight.
It's the devil.
At last, unfurls his wings, fire in his hands.
At last, after 10,000 years,
I've been waiting forever.
it's time to conquer.
I can finally get that demon slaying badge I've been meaning to get.
Oh
we hand
my
him a
God.
mop, and we're just like, no, see, the temple needs some scrubbing. Sorry.
We're like, oh no, it's done. We just need you to like clean this up.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Let's see, where is he? All right, there he is. Arbros makes his appearance and will attack shortly. However, during all that, Tegrith still attempts to try to like knock Gildan out of the air with these eldritch beams that he's shooting at you.
Why?
And this one would have been like a 31 to hit you.
Yeah, probably.
I think probably.
I don't really believe in bounded accuracy of D&D, Jim. I want you to. We're gonna switch
Inflated
systems.
numbers. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there's. Oh god, flashbacks, right? 19 force damage, and you lose another of your lowest level unexpended spell slots.
Well, that's really not cool. Plus, Gildan's starting to hurt. Gildan's still pretty good, pretty solid. And I got a bunch of tricks, but ugh.
And why don't you go and roll me twice? This is for Arbros. Just give me 2 die rolls.
2 d20s?
Yep, just 2 d20s.
That's 7 and a 2.
He's too excited.
One of those
I know.
7 hits.
Oh, okay.
He's got a good to hit.
Yeah, someone's got like a plus 11.
Plus 12. Yeah.
Yeah, one of his attacks hits. and
Someone's a level 14 fighter.
All right, I think that's everybody. This so Tingrith is on its sort of like last legs. I know it's 10 o'clock here, but so like Tingrith is probably will undoubtedly not survive this round if it's gone the way that it's gone the last few. It will be vulnerable once its spirits dispersed. So I'm kind of like, what's y'all's plan? We'll skip right to everybody getting their sort of slow turn. What's y'all's plan?
Hitting him with a guiding bolt, and
Okay.
then I'm probably gonna clunk him if I gotta.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's going to be a fly my pretties moment where like all of these bat-winged lizards are like descending on him as well. Icky would take 2 attack actions for that.
Okay.
With that short sword +1.
Plus the 7 other flyby attacks that are going on. Yeah. And then what's everybody else? What's y'all's attacks here?
I'll go last.
Okay, go last. About what was Murr do? Because he's got like less than 50 hit points left. What would
Mur will come in, be like, "Oh, good, they've whittled him down." She's definitely ready to counterspell or rewind time if need be.
Okay.
But I think she will try to get off an attack. It's just him in here. There's no other big.
There's no other enemies in
Okay.
here. None of the others followed him in.
Okay. In that case, I'm trying to shoot him.
Okay. Who's trying to shoot him?
Yeah. I'm not gonna sharpshooter it.
Okay.
I just don't see that working out real well for me.
Okay.
Do I whispers it, or do I inspire somebody? I'll inspire somebody. I'll just shoot him.
Okay. And then
That's a 19.
Sweet. Then what about for Netizen? What's Netizen's plan of attack here?
Hit.
I think Netizen's gonna try to connect with his mind, if that's possible. Send him a message. Asking him
a message.
Like, what does immortality mean to you?
So you're trying to like freak him out, trying to like psych him out, or you're trying to just mess with him?
Just having a conversation.
Having a conversation. What does it feel like?
He's joshing him.
Yeah.
Before he goes, he wants to know if he's going to go, what does immortality feel like?
I think at this point, Tengrith is, seeing what's coming around him, attempts to contact him, or he's not going to respond. Like unless it's just sort of like a casual kind of mocking sort of sense. She would take as a mocking, like, trying to just kick me while I'm down. But do you do anything else other than like try to make contact with him?
I mean, technically that's an action doing a message. So I guess no.
Okay.
Except the win, I'm sure.
What's that?
No, I think that'd be it.
Okay. All right. So you're trying to make contact with him in this moment. I think rather than just like going through everybody's turn, I think like you guys will easily do more than 50 points of damage to him.
I rolled a nat 20.
Right, like that Murray just hit. He could probably get off a couple of, maybe one or two but he's out of his big one.
Ellie was just gonna throw up some more.
Yeah,
Ellie was.
and Ellie and Bekorthik and Icky would all be inspired. She'd throw out her last inspiration to Icky.
Actually, it doesn't crit again, but he does hit. He would have hit twice and would use his thing there. So everybody kind of comes together and disperses the essence of Tengrith as its its demonic form is shed, and he tries to ascend to some sort of divinity. And you've dispersed him inside this temple to Gildan, and he sort of like, you can tell that it's not gone. You can still feel that kind of presence of just there's something in the city, some sort of great magic at work, but vulnerable. It is vulnerable right now. Tengrith's form is scattered and needs a time to reform, and in the meantime can be some of its defenses are lowered. So here in the last little bit, does anybody need to, before we go any further, it's 10, does anybody need to get going quick, or y'all play like for another little bit, just sort of
Good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. So the demon of the city falls, and what's y'all's like immediate response after it?
Detect magic.
Okay.
I look towards the lost souls immediately and see if anything happens with them,
Mm-hmm.
like if they're free.
Detect magic and looking around because Mur knows stuff's probably happening right now, and she wants to know what it's about.
Right.
Fly right up to his house, sit in his throne.
How's that?
I said I want to fly right up to his house, sit in his throne. I've been waiting to do that for a few episodes.
You're gonna have to like find it in there. So it is a maze of old, half-constructed rooms, but it's in there somewhere.
Weren't we in there that one time though?
You were at the Market Palace, which was
you're right.
Social gatherings. He's only got like 16 of them.
Yeah, forget it. There's plenty of thrones to sit on.
So,
what is holding this teeth temple together?
The magic of Baba Yaga.
I want to take these teeth.
You can't.
I was gonna say, it's like it's almost like a force effect, yeah?
I want them.
Yeah,
Really?
it's impenetrable, ethereal things can't go in and out of it. However, one spell immediately destroys it. Not dispel magic, not an anti-magic field. A disintegrate spell just the whole.
I was gonna say, is it disintegrate? Because that's usually the one that does it.
However,
although this one will last for it'll fall in on itself at some point.
Will the
we have
teeth
24
still be there?
hours, it'll drop.
I would say probably so, yeah.
I'm going to wait for the teeth.
It's a wealth.
Icky and the bat-winged lizards will sit and wait for the teeth.
Okay.
Bags.
Yeah. So, in terms of detect magic reveal is how you sort of confirm this. You can literally see the strands of his essence like dispersing, and this sort of bespoke weave that he's created for himself. Sort of absorbing it and funneling it. You sort of like Myrrh is able to kind of witness that.
Funneling it where?
Back towards the palace that is not very far away.
Okay. Yeah, I think Myrrh would follow that.
Because you can see it like if Gildan leaves the temple, as long as you still got like true seeing on, you can see that while there's a bunch of like ghosts and spirits just sort of aimlessly wandering about, and a lot of them seemed like tied directly to the bodies of the undead that are around here. There's like a sort of Avengers style beacon through the air, something or other that all these sorts of ghosts are swirling around, that's hovering above the palace. Let's see. So is Gildan still making his way there?
Gildan is, however, I want to see it. This isn't about Gildan. This is about Axdramer. This was for him to face Tingrith and stuff. I don't know. I'm heading up there, and I'm really thinking about just casting Forbiddance on the whole area once I get my spell slots back. But it just show, right? It just probably won't work, but it's just like, I really want us to do something with the City of Ghouls to really let them know that we were here and we made a change.
If I could make a dramatic exit when we leave this horrible teeth temple, if there's like a bunch of bad guys still running around, Myrrh's just gonna like walk in and destructive wave, because I have that spell.
Okay.
It's baller. And it can be even mixed in with a bunch of allies, because I get to pick and choose, and it's awesome. I haven't gotten to use it yet this campaign. Had it for like levels. Had it since level 10.
I really like Destructive Wave, because otherwise you only get a paladin at like 17.
Exactly. Magical secrets, baby.
Yeah. All right. So let's see, because I know that Ellie was sort of curious about what the rest of the people do. So the fighting continues for a little bit outside, but once it becomes obvious that Tingrith is either gone or missing, once the sort of like his immediate presence isn't felt by the undead that are here, it's the whole thing kind of just like goes into this lull of some kind. And in the immediate aftermath, they all just sort of stop fighting. Those who were loyal to Tingrith, or at the very least seemed like they were willing to defend him, they stop putting up resistance, and that persists for at least a little while. If anyone wants to take advantage of that lull, otherwise we can kind of like flash forward a few days and kind of like see where y'all would be in the immediate aftermath of this. If anybody sticks around, that kind of thing.
Omer just definitely checks in to see where that is heading.
Where's Essence is heading? Yeah.
Yeah. Because obviously it's still here, so that means he's gonna come back.
That's the other thing I'm curious about is like what do you guys want to do about that? The fact that you're pretty certain that he'll reform and come back at some time.
Oh, here's it. So Tingrith's out there. I kind of want to. He's gonna hate me. It's like I kind of want to contact him and be like, "Look, I'm sorry we fought, baby. Let's make it right. Tell me about the monolith. That's the only reason I came."
I only murdered you because you wouldn't tell me about the monolith.
Yeah.
I didn't murder him. It's just one of those things. Let bygones be bygones. He knows that I mean business now.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you could attempt to contact him.
Yeah.
Are y'all trying? I mean, otherwise he's gonna come back.
Mer doesn't want that because this was a lot of effort.
It was.
And if it's effort for only a temporary gain, that's just.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable. I had a divine intervention. If we didn't have that, Gildan probably would have died. Like 3 rounds in, I would have been dead probably.
Some of the other more, I don't know.
He's just gonna learn from his mistakes every time, and just keep coming back.
He's gonna be a good boy.
No. I mean, like his tactical mistakes. He ain't getting better.
He's not gonna reform.
He's not gonna reform.
There are several powerful spellcasters in the city who could assist you in whatever sort of magic.
Nerd. I mean, Garastro.
Yeah, Garasto would be
nerd.
willing to
That's
help.
his note right there.
Moxarak would be, the Archlich would be willing to help as well. They're really kind of the 2 big ones.
Okay. I'll be
so
very
available as resources. And I mean, let's see. I need just a second to think. Anybody else have anything they are wanting to do either in the immediate aftermath or something that's in within that day?
Yeah, I am gonna try. I guess I want to try like divination. I want to try to get in contact with Tingrith. Let him know that I heard him. I made him vulnerable, but I need to know about this monolith. That's why I came. We got into a fight. We got into another fight. That's 2 fights. The 3rd time, one of us is just going to die. So I just have to know.
Yeah. I mean, contacting him as a disembodied spirit is kind of a different matter. It's like you're contacting the same entity, but like it's different. It's a different experience. There's no like emotion to it. It's just sort of a matter of factness to the events of the past. But you can make contact with its spirit and get some of your questions answered.
Man, I'm sorry. I even shouldn't. I'm like that guy that keeps texting even though you tell him no, and I'm just like, come on! And it's just, man, I'm a jerk. I shouldn't have. I sent the text, though. I already hit send, and I'm like, oh no. I was like Googling how to like flirt with demon princes, and then I learned you don't do this. Man, I'm sorry, everyone.
So I'd like to kind of get us to a spot where we feel comfortable saying like, all right, this is where our characters are at. If no one has anything that they'd like to do in the immediate aftermath of it,
just examining the thing, following it immediately. I only spent 3 spell slots that entire fight, so I'm super. Mer's actually really fresh.
Okay.
Spell wise, so she's all about researching that ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Also, is Arbro still here?
Oh yeah, that punk.
Yeah, Arbros is here for a bit. He's here for a little bit, and then he doesn't linger. He just sort of like,
he's here for too long.
Yeah,
he's gonna like look at Ellie like, what is this, Ellie?
It's actually maybe Arbros probably like looks, Ellie's like vomiting and just there. He's just, this was satisfactory, and it's just it tells Ellie, our arrangement still stands. Anytime you have need of me, I'm happy to come but I have need of your talents as well in the future.
Okay. She,
No,
whips
you don't say okay.
Well, isn't Ellie on the party channel?
Oh, she is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like,
It's true.
And then that
You
wasn't
guys can eavesdrop.
to be muted. Mer was like, "You do not say okay to that." You just-
If she does say that, I'm gonna ignore it.
okay.
Icky's just watching the two of them look at each other intensely. It's just like,
Yeah.
no, I
don't know what's
I
going
don't
on.
know what this is. This is what is this?
But eventually, Arbros would like step back into his pentagram and puff himself back to the.
I would like to ask him like
Oh, yeah.
what he needs help with. Like, yeah, anything you need help with.
There are always unruly recruits in need of a discipline, or perhaps you would prefer a position on the front lines. You sort of like, name your officership, whatever it is we can get you. Yeah, he's just, seems pretty excited about it.
Okay, let me think about it. Can I think about it?
He has a pamphlet.
Oh, thank you. And she puts it in her bag, like all the way at the bottom of her bag.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Icky like watches that pamphlet go into the bag. It's just like,
can I do a like some sort of stealthy stuff to make it look?
Yeah.
Let me sleight of hand that.
Yeah, sneak some cigarettes from your friend while your mom is watching.
No, not like that. Like, because I know my moms are being overprotective and they don't like him. So I'm going to make it look like I put it in my bag, but actually I put it like inside of my armor.
That's a better idea, yeah.
Good call.
Ah, damn it.
It's opposed. They gotta oppose with perception.
No.
I got a 9.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh snap! Oh no, it's been 2
That's fine.
rounds. My hawk spirit isn't still out. That's
fine. I got a 19.
Because I would have been like, oh man.
Mer's pro at hiding things in clothing.
So I got a plus. Nah, I only got a 14.
Hey, that.
I mean, that beats it. It beats a 9.
She's not a very sneaky daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I'm not.
So we're coming up on some downtime for your characters as they've been through several intense experiences. From the battle at Ghost Top and then all this business here. I'm curious as to where we leave off your characters. Is anybody staying in the City of Ghouls to help them sort of like sort out the situation afterwards? Is anybody going on to do something else?
Mer will suggest to Bequathic that it'd look really good for PR if he helped to fix it up a little bit, get like some kind of, because their big leader's gone, so they're going to need some kind of government or council type thing while they're following reforms. We try to stop that. So Mer will help facilitate that and wait for the fellowship to get here, because it's going to look real good. Like, yeah, I helped just take out this demon lord who was keeping all these undead here. It's just, it's just going to look even better for her.
I already declared myself dictator for life over the City of Ghouls. So no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm helping rebuild.
Okay.
So Mer will stay until meeting with the Fellowship and until she figures out Tengrath BS 4B magic bullshit.
Okay. Let's see. How about Denizen then?
Well, I mean, that really depends. Like, depending on how defeated this guy is. And also if they can find the monolith. Because that's still in question, is what the monolith is here and who actually knows about it. Because ultimately, I think that's his or their interest.
The monolith is. Yeah, there's some of the servitors were, Ego, the one that worked with Stanker and the others. He's legit looking for that thing. It's the ones that are, the followers of decisiveness of the blade who are we're sort of just like using it as a ruse to just learn more about how dangerous is this thing that they were looking for. Is it something that Lang would come back for? That's what they were looking for information on. So if there's information to be had. There's the library that Gorosto sort of knows about, stays at, and is found at. There's a lot of information about just about anything that can be found there. Or there's other means.
Yeah, I think they would be most concerned with finding the monolith and possibly, I don't know if they want to use it or destroy it. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll figure that out.
All right.
Downtime.
Yeah. Okay. And then how about Icky?
Icky typically goes wherever Murray and Ellie go, or Mur and Ellie go. Icky doesn't have a grand quest or anything, so she's usually just happy wandering around in the wastelands and eating whatever she can find.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And...
But if it comes to trying to rehab a city or something like that, Icky's gonna make yourself scarce, because that's a lot of work. Not interested.
Better things to do.
And
this is why Mur puts herself in a position of management.
Yeah, maybe not better things, but different things. Literally anything else.
Right. And so you say in the region,
Yeah, she'll stay in the region. She won't forget that Corsica is still hunting Ellie.
Corsica's still out there. There's still a war. The devils at Ghost Top are still
oh, I don't give a shit about war.
They're out there,
It's bleh.
Yeah.
Icky's number one priority right now is Corsica.
The hell portal's blocked off right now, so they got to do something to keep themselves.
Yeah, they're doing counterinsurgency bullshit or something. I don't know. And how about Ellie?
Ellie's for sure looking into this pamphlet, but she knows that there are a lot of people that she needs to help first before maybe possibly joining this army.
Yeah, it's things join the new model army. We'll take anybody and see the lower planes and meet new people, kind of thing. It's sort of you can get a great listen. They'll give you a stipend.
Would you like to know more?
Like to know more?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And you take a test, and if you do really well, you could skip ranks and start as an officer or something.
I'm doing my part too.
It's all it's actually really involved. Seems very complicated.
She's gonna get a little bit of a headache trying to comprehend this pamphlet, but she's gonna continue on with whatever the group decides. I don't think she's there but not there. She's not old enough to make her to kind of just leave. That's still a little bit scary for her. So she's gonna enjoy killing people, and she's for sure always gonna keep a lookout for her evil sister.
Still out there somewhere. So it sounds like the party is mostly going to stay in and around the city of ghouls, either gathering more information or helping them out there, or
just for a little while.
Just for a little while. So we will sort of leave the party there for a while, and when we return to them, that's kind of where we'll pick up. But as they help rebuild the city.
Oh, and I fixed my fucking skiff.
You have to find the materials.
Oh, I'm sure someone's got something down here.
And
it's a little city.
I think that's probably where we'll leave off. We appreciate you guys joining us for this game and hanging out with us every week. So awesome for that. Let's go around and check on everybody, see how you guys are doing, what y'all are up to, and where we can find you. Josh, what's going on?
Nothing much. My name is Josh, and I'm Beard for Charity on the places. And nothing much is going on right now. That's always my news. Not much going on, but that's okay. I was really wanted to see if we could get inside Timgrith's head. Maybe eventually we can.
I mean, y'all did kind of. Y'all found out like why he did what he did and wanted to do what he did and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just was,
Yeah,
you know, he's a sadist.
that's true. Like sometimes it doesn't go deeper than that.
Sure. Sometimes.
Yeah,
Maybe it's like devils are more complex. Maybe.
yeah. Humans are all like, yeah, let's murder and fuck things up.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Kind of like us.
Anna, how's it going?
Hello, it's going. Damn, Ellie really wanted to kind of convert somebody from his side to our side.
Mm.
So close. So
Yeah.
close. I don't know. Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
I think probably someday.
Maybe someday. But you guys can find me on the interwebs as Cyborg Pizza on Twitch and Anime Photo elsewhere. Yeah, I have a secret project I'm working on, hence like this makeup. It's kind of like worn off now, but you know, keep an eye out on the Twitters.
All that good stuff. All right.
So.
And TK.
It's me. It's TK. Spooky Stories, tkjwrites.com, Twitter, TK joins the fray. I don't have a lot going on right now. I think tomorrow is the Tales from the Mists finale on the Dungeons and Dragons Twitch channel, so that's exciting. Hang out with us, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or whatever, because it's Daylight Savings Time, and I don't know whether to use an S or a D. And then, thank you. And then we're going to be also doing the Uncaged Anthology live stream, the charity stream for Rain. Mm-hmm. So we will be, Tales from the Mist will be doing a wrap up Saturday night with that. And I will be leading a 2-hour game. 3-hour game Sunday night for the charity stream for Uncaged. So that'll be fun too. Check that out. Non-toxic gaming on Twitch. That'll be great. I don't know. I can't think of anything else I'm doing. I'm sure I'm doing other things.
Who knows?
You have that D&D thing in LA.
Oh yeah, I have a D&D thing in LA. You should come see it. You should come to LA if you're doing that. I don't know. It will be fun. It will be LA and I'll be in costume. It's that week in May that I remember.
Yeah, it's like the third.
Oh no! Lisa's in the chat. Lisa, I'm sorry. Lisa, no, don't fire me. I better look it up on the calendar. It's the weekend of the 18th in May in LA. Yay! I did it. Lisa, please. She says I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, that's the worst. Oh.
It is the worst.
Disappointed.
Okay.
I know. Buy my book, please.
Let's do it, please.
I'd
Give
remember.
Lisa a reason to be proud of me. Oh, she made a sad emoji.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'll just keep digging that hole.
Mm-hmm.
That disappointment hole.
I'm sorry I made you say that you love your son on camera.
That's all right. That's just fine. Thanks, TK. Lindy, how's it going?
It's going good. I'm not dead. Yay.
Dead.
So, yeah, Mer can do shenanigans and study magic and learn things like Mer typically does.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun. Super duper fun. Things coming up. I guess you should follow me online at LaughLiveLindy on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I play in/DM about a dozen or so tabletop RPGs a week. Of particular interest this Saturday is Teenagers from Outer Space on my channel in the morning. A nice Saturday morning cartoon. It'll be super fun. And then right after that, from noon to 3 p.m. Eastern on a Hollow Tales channel. We're going to be playing Unhallowed, which is like a super cool steampunky post-apocalyptic gothic Victorian game I'm real excited about. And then, of course, Mondays in Exandria. It's a new show on my channel. We had our premiere this past Monday. You should definitely come check it out. Episode 2 will be this coming Monday. And I have a magnificent beard there, which I stroke majestically.
Excellent. And Grant, why don't you take us out of here?
Hey everybody, my name's Grant Ellis. I'm an independent content creator for tabletop RPGs. I'm going to put some links in chat of a bunch of projects I've worked on recently. The Villains and Layers Volume 2 by Jeff Stevens. I made a sad skeleton boy who's like super, super sad. He's like, this is a pretty original villain. In fact, I kind of feel bad for him. Yes. The Total Party Kill Handbook Volume 2, the TPK Bestiary, you can pre-order those, as well as Reach of Titan, which is a game that you can catch an episode of Roll20 Presents where we play tested it with designer Jim McClure. I designed some cloud krakens for that, these sky squids that are pretty scary. If you want to catch me on Saturday, I'll be on the Pro Drama Club. I have a new show starting called The Dark Side of Mars, which is a sad spaceman show all about being lonely and abandoned on the planet Mars. Sunday, The Owl of Lycia returns, game mastered by the wonderful Marcy Vellin, who has guested on WebDM many times and has always pitched in to play in our one-shots. Again, if you want to find me on Twitter, at WisePapaGrant, and that's what you have. That's where I be. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Yes. And of course, we really appreciate you guys coming out there. If you don't know, we are WebDM, one half of WebDM, and we make D&D and tabletop YouTube videos over on, well, I guess YouTube. So go check us out there, and we also have other games on Twitch on Tuesdays, Sundays, and sometimes Wednesdays, although not right now. We are I am personally taking a hiatus for a while from DMing, but the Thursday night show will continue. Grant's going to take over a little bit for DMC. That we might play some one-shot stuff. We're going to try to stick around in Land Between Two Rivers, but we might venture out of that and do other things and whatnot. But your humble dungeon master needs a break to recharge his creative batteries and focus on some other things for a while. And then we will return to see what kind of crazy shit we can get up to later on. So anyway, really appreciate you guys out there, and we'll see you next week. Bye.